Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, what the hell are we doing watching this so early? Welcome to the 2022 Elimination Chamber Watch Along. As you can tell right now, it's a quiet morning. Everybody's doing things. I'm lucky enough to have my good, longtime, close personal friend, Howard Miller, start me up like it's the Rolling Stones. He is no Mick Jagger. Maybe he moves like Jagger. I don't know. That's a different song for a different time. But it is too early in the morning for this. As much as I used to like WrestleMania starting in the mid-afternoon, right now for the pre-show to be kicking off at, what are we now, at about 11:45 a.m. Granted, it's evening in the Kingdom of Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, but it's going to be an interesting event. The road to WrestleMania is heating up. Big things are planned for WrestleMania, as we've been discussing on our talk shows. If you haven't heard about it yet, perhaps we can talk about it in the live chat. There's The Miz laying in some of those ultra marshmallow-like kicks and punches to the Mysterios with some of Dominic's punches, just as light. But the fans in Jeddah are eating it up. It's kind of an empty crowd in the background there, but still early in Jeddah, I guess. It's only 7:45 or so. Tell us where you are, where you're watching. I know our good friend Matt Karcher is here already. Matt, I hope you're doing good. You know what? I still needed to do some social media work, so I have to do two things at the same time, guys. I'm not trying to be rude. Well, actually, three things, because I have to watch the show, too. But this is interesting. This is different. This is fun. I'm interested to see how many people wind up tuning in to watch us watch this event compared to some of the other ones. Not everything can be as popular as Quincy Rustani's Wrestling Challenge live on Thursday nights. You know, I have to give credit where credit is due when it comes to that. Quincy is the star power when it comes to this. But don't forget, fans, tomorrow night and Monday night, the Berzerker John Nord is going to be joining us live in studio for, obviously live episodes. We're going to be doing some watch-alongs, Wrestling Insider tapings. We're going to do those on Tuesday, too. But we're not going to have a live episode to go along with it. Again, it is odd not to have anyone here with me. Howard is working on a big project in the other room. I thank him for his generosity in starting us up. But it's just different. What's this? The entry into the kingdom, or the event, I should say. I guess it was safe to keep the pre-show folk back in Stamford, Connecticut. I have no idea who these people are, other than Peter Rosenberg. Who is the Bozark in the middle in the leopard skin? And I have no idea who the guy is in the burnt orange blazer, I guess, to be kind. I don't know them. Do you know them? I don't watch too many of the pre-shows, as you know. I'm too busy trying to get things ready for the fun that we have on our pre-shows. As we go now to I'm sure, a tremendous Roman Reigns video package. One thing that WWE always does right, better than anybody, whether you like the product, whether you hate the product, their production values are grade A quality, top-notch, better than anything in sport and entertainment. The Super Bowl can try, but it's still no WWE as far as I'm concerned. One man's opinion. Maybe I'm biased because I've been friendly with a lot of the production folk in WWE going back to my short stint there in 2000 and 2001. What are your predictions for the big event today, guys? I'm trying to see how many are watching right now. It's going to take me a while to officially give you 100% of my attention because I got the computer, I got the social media, I got the TV over there. We may have a surprise guest today, but I'll tell you, tomorrow night may be the biggest production we've ever had. We may have as many as 6 people here when the Berzerker John Nord is live. I agree with you on that, Matt. You think that's going to be the opening match, huh? Roman Reigns and Goldberg? I wouldn't put that on first, but that's just me. You know what I should say is, you know what? I already typed it. I made life a little easier on myself. What I'm trying to do is there are certain forums and Twitter and Facebooks and so on that we use to try and help, promote what we're doing. And I tried to make it a little easier on myself, and I forget that I tried to do that. So that's what I'm doing right now. What do you guys think of the desk? I know there's not too many people here, but, I like the old setup, but I know people would mock sometimes how I'd cross my legs, which I needed to do because my back is usually on fire after I sit here with the disability that I suffer from. It can be extremely painful to sit down for more than an hour or so. But, John Cena Sr. was big on wanting the desk. So, we got to keep John Cena Sr. happy, baby, or there's no more Fabo Pop. There's no more hot sauce. I don't know what more we can say. What I can say is, how crazy are things if I think we got a lot going on right now? What about 8 weeks from today when we go back to the 80s at Memorial Hall in Melrose, Massachusetts, Saturday night, April the 16th, already signed to, well, not compete. The legends are not going to compete, obviously, but appear. What about a man that just went through cancer surgery? A true American, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Oh, we got the 3-time WWE Tag Team Champions Axe and Smash Demolition on hand. Former WWE Intercontinental and Tag Team Champion, the Hall of Famer Tito Santana, the wild and unpredictable Berzerker. You have evil heel referee Dangerous Danny Davis with us. Heel referee turned wrestler, I should call him, Dangerous Danny Davis. We're going to announce the 7th featured superstar Monday night during Raw, and the 8th the following week. John Cena Sr. and I have made a promise to you. If you get those VIP packages and tickets, help us out. Get them early. We're going to bring you even more than 8. We could bring you 9. We could bring you 10. If you fill the hall for us, maybe 11. Who knows? A lot goes into it. It's a tough weekend as far as airfare goes, because not only is it Easter weekend, but it's school vacation week. So welcome to our world as I try and get the word out. But give me a minute here, folks, as we look now at Brock Lesnar's wild return at the Royal Rumble after he lost to Bobby Lashley in a match that I wish was held on its own without it having to be involved in an angle, so to speak, because I've been looking forward to that match for literally, 15 years. Love Bobby Lashley, the person. I love Bobby Lashley, the wrestler. I love Brock Lesnar, the wrestler. It's very often I really get excited about seeing a pro wrestling match, and that was one I was looking forward to see. I understand the storyline progression needed to take place, but couldn't they have done that the second time? Who do you guys got in the men's elimination chamber? Are they going to get creative with us and throw us a WWE championship match that's kind of, I don't know if I should give away any spoilers, but we've discussed before what I was told back, I think, before the Royal Rumble, what the original 4 big matches were going to be before they got Rousey to agree to come back. And obviously now with the pending return of Steve Austin, I think that's probably going to blow away anything else on the card. Again, that's one man's prediction. I don't know. I'm sure there are some fans that are looking forward to seeing Ronda Rousey and Charlotte. And, Becky was originally slated to face Bianca, but who knows? That could change after Elimination Chamber this afternoon. I wonder how many times I'm going to say tonight, because in this dark studio, it could be any time. I don't know. All I can do is look at the clock. We're about 3 minutes away from the official kickoff to Elimination Chamber. Hey, Chris Steves, how are you, brother? I like the old setup and the new setup. Well, geez, that really gives me something to work with, Chris. I want an opinion. It's like when going on vacation with Linda Moratti. Where do you want to eat? Oh, I don't know. I don't care. I don't know. Oh, please. Matt, you like the old setup better. Okay. Well, I pay attention to what you say, but I'm not the only voice in the conversation. The one thing I like about this is I don't have to have the laptop on my lap. That makes it a little bit easier. I wish we had our own kind of fancy media desk, but that would be a lot of money to put together. But So we got 6 men in that chamber. I'd like to see, but my thing is this. I don't think Bobby Lashley should lose again so soon after winning the championship. Did he win the championship? My brain is fried. No, he retained the title at Royal Rumble. But anyway, I think it's too soon for Bobby Lashley to lose the title. And I don't think Brock Lesnar should lose on back-to-back pay-per-views, which makes for an interesting dynamic, in my opinion. What do you guys think? Who is going to leave? Well, I'll ask this, I'm sure, once the match begins. But who's going to leave with the championship? I like that, Chris. The old setup was a little bit more intimate. Not in that way, but I'm one, I like to stick to what we got. I don't know how long you guys have been part of the family, so to speak, as far as talk shows and so on. But boy, as the set progressed, as the years have gone on, I like it like this. I hope we don't ever have to tinker with it too much. It took us many years to get it to the point where it is now, where I like it so much. And with that said, watch something happen where something breaks or anything can happen. But I honestly wish we had a bigger set. That's one of my goals. I want to expand it. I want to make it bigger. We're back to having 4 cameras again, which is really cool. One of them went down over the summertime, and it had to be sent out to, because the cameras are very, very expensive. They had to be sent out to, West Virginia is the first state that comes to mind, but they realized it wasn't an actual issue with the camera. It was an issue in the control room where where they do the switching and all the technical work. And so they actually could have had someone come in here last summer and fix it, and it probably would have resolved itself. But such is technology. It's great when it works. So we've been down a camera, which is why I usually don't have my own, which is fine, because I don't particularly care to have the camera on my face. Who wants to see me when we have so many great superstars? My good friend June McCowan, who always pays me a nice compliment. Yes. June, thank you. All right, we're getting ready for the official kickoff. Warning, unauthorized interception or receipt is prohibited. If you bootleg an Elimination Chamber, shame on you. And there we have the new opening that Ric Flair is not fond of. Then, now, forever together. Yeah, too long, in my opinion. But you know what? Believe it or not, Kevin Dunn and the production staff didn't call and ask for my opinion. We're together, baby. We're all together here for the Elimination Chamber Watch Along. If you want to share the link across your social media platforms, we would highly appreciate it. A lot of space action here for Elimination Chamber. That'll be the next idea they'll have for it, is to have the first pay-per-view on the moon. The eyes of the world are on Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. What is it called? The Jeddah Superdome? Is that what Michael Cole called it? But I mean, look at that. That's just beauty. Whether you love WWE's product, whether you can't stand it, their production values are just so out of this world. Out of this world. My God. Granted, they have the budget, but what I would do to have something like that at our live Boston wrestling events. But that's what makes what we do so gritty, so old school. There really aren't many flashy lights. And there's an entranceway and there's some lights and a curtain and such. But, I mean, nothing to the extent of WWE. That's why I think our event on April 16th will be so much fun, like our other events at Memorial Hall. It's because, there is that old school feel to it. If you've never been to one of our events and you're within driving distance, folks, April 16th, you'll have the time of your life. The time of your life. We're putting together an event that I think you guys are going to absolutely love. If I didn't think you'd love it, we'd really be wasting our time. But, there is the lack of sanity with most of us in this organization, outside of Dr. David Reese and John Cena Sr. What matches are you guys looking forward to the most today? How about I throw that one out at you early on? Anything that stands out to you more than others on Elimination Chamber? Matt, you think it's going to be Brock leaving with the title? Okay. I think there's big interest and big money in a title-for-title match. I would like to see one champion that defends the title on both Raw and SmackDown, where the top of the roster is so thin. I think it would be good to have, both shows have Superstar X, whoever it is that holds that championship. Again, one man's opinion, but it's worked before. It can work again. I'd like to see the WWE World Champion defended on NXT. The original concept, as much as there was never a need for these women's tag team titles, I thought was a great one, where they would be defended on Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. And look at that set. Wow. Look at the beautiful pyrotechnics. It's like the 4th of July in the Kingdom of Jeddah. Look at that. The people in Jeddah are loving it. Even if they're not at the event, the entire kingdom is getting a fireworks show. You know what? I don't know the prince, but the prince is trying to modernize his country a little bit, so you got to give credit where credit is due. I don't know. I know we have here at the studio an actual Harvard professor. He would know far more about what's going on over in the kingdom than I. The fans are pumped to be there. I know that. Corey Graves, Michael Cole, Byron Saxton made that long flight over to Jeddah. I thought it was very smart that WWE pre-taped SmackDown last night. You wouldn't have known the difference, really, unless you were a diehard fan that looks for the scoopage online. Now there's the Saudi broadcast team. I could not pronounce those two. I know Jude. We'll go with Jude for the guy on the left. The one on the right, forget about it. I'm not going to even try and butcher. Wow, you know what, Matt? Boy, you were on call on that. Looks like we're going to open up with the Universal Championship. And what could be, folks, the final time we see Billy Goldberg in WWE. Wouldn't that be something? If this is the end of an era for Goldberg. Final match under WWE contract for him. I say with AEW sniffing and potentially able to sign anyone they really, truly want, I think WWE will open its coffers and we'll see more of Goldberg. One man's opinion. I think Goldberg in moderation is a good thing. I think Goldberg in long matches is not a good thing. But he's still got that badass look. Granted, there's some gray in the beard, but I wish there were other WWE regulars that had that intensity and that look that Goldberg did. Again, one man's opinion. While this is set, let me check back in with you guys as I sit here and talk to myself. How's the current setup going to work with all the people at the studio tomorrow night? I think, again, Matt, we're going to need a bigger set for tomorrow night. We got to go big. We got to be like Jeddah. We need a big stadium, especially if there are 6 of us. Is that right? Me, John. Yeah, there could be some, not for the whole show, but for a period of time, there could be as many as 6. Would you really want to see Austin and Goldberg? I understand the dream match of it, but like the Sting and Undertaker dream match, I think that's one best left for video games and action figures, especially with Austin's neck going through what it's gone through in the past. I wouldn't want to see Austin going up for the jackhammer. You know what I mean? Brian Duffy, how are you, buddy? Good to see you. Hope you're enjoying your Elimination Chamber Saturday. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Your ass better call somebody.
Scott Hall would be thrilled if he was here right now, ladies and gentlemen, as he walks in front of the camera. It rhymes with Treasury Phil to Cesare. Phil, how are you?
I'm very well, sir. Good to see you.
Good to see you. We have the mic already set up for you, and it's on. So just mic yourself up and engage with the chamber.
Excellent.
As you wish, as you see fit.
Excellent.
Looks like we're going to be opening with the Universal Championship match on a very busy weekend for us.
Wow.
They really picked the wrong weekend to have it. But,
I know.
You know, Vince didn't call to ask our opinion when he was negotiating with the Prince. How it fit in our weekend with the Berzerker. I guess that wasn't on his mind.
I guess not. He's a busy man.
But I'm surprised that they're opening with this match.
You know, I would have been here 3 minutes early had I followed my directions, my map, Google Maps, and I decided I was smarter, and I ended up 10 minutes out of the way. So.
Oh, you went your own way.
I went through Quincy's town, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad you didn't pick them up today.
We'll
save them for tomorrow.
Perhaps tomorrow.
The fans are still waiting for that meeting of the minds between John Nord and Quincy Rustani. But
I can't wait.
That's a little over 24 hours away as we enjoy Royal Rumble 92, an event that I enjoyed a great deal. I don't know. I don't know if I'll say as much to say about Elimination Chamber as I will Royal Rumble 92. That remains to be seen.
Certainly.
But the people in Jeddah are pumped. We're pumped. I don't think we've ever done a watch along this early.
No, this is great.
There he is, the head of the table, no matter what country, no matter what continent. Got a little Undertaker look there in the eyes.
The alpha male, there he is.
Well, folks, very happy to have Phil with us. He made the long trek up from wherever he was.
He was
working
work,
somewhere.
Yeah, in Natick, and actually a little closer. Perfect
it was
timing.
closer than home. All right,
Yep.
well, that's good. It looks like you're going to have the Usos involved. That adds a layer of interest.
Challenge, indeed.
Yeah. I see them taking some spears. I don't see Paul Heyman taking one, but
do you think this match will exceed 5 minutes?
I hope not. I think it should be short, sweet, and to the point. As I was talking to myself and the fans online, I think the shorter the better.
Well, the heat was a factor before, and I think the heat and the sweat, and I guess that's what was blamed for some of the performance. I think it was during the Goldberg match. It might have been Goldberg Undertaker.
Goldberg was hot.
Literally, yes, hot. Yeah,
really,
because it's exceptionally hot out there, and I think they had it during the hot season, and
it was June.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know believe it or not, I don't know what the weather is in Jeddah in June. But
I don't know. In Jeddah in June.
Let's take a look. What is the weather in Jeddah? See what it's like today.
The weather in Jeddah.
The weather in Jeddah. It almost sounds like we're trying to say Jeddah here in Boston, but nope, that's the name of it. 69 degrees? Oh, no, that's unless it's spelled different there. It says 69 degrees.
Looks like it, yeah.
But it's spelled J-I-D-D-A-H, and I think it's J-E-D-D-A-H.
I think you're right on the latter, yeah.
Could the Weather Channel be wrong? Well, I don't know. Let's see. Let me just try it this way, too.
Who do we have in control today?
No one.
No one.
Howard Miller was a help to us in the beginning.
Sure.
We're hoping maybe I'll have to text John C. Manna because he is a working man on Saturday.
Sure. I know he has. Did he have a family reunion or something recently, or a
trip
to North
a
Dakota
dinner. It was a big
somewhere?
dinner at the hardcover on Route 1. Let me see. Where is my gruesome twosome? Did I say that on you? Here we go. So many texts. I've been saying I need to get one of those screens that sticks on over the cover because I got angry and smashed it, and I need a new one. Will you be popping? Now, who do you got in this one, Phil? Carry me, brother.
It is. Boy, let me tell you, just for the sake of surprise, and wouldn't it be the most extreme surprise if Goldberg, well, I know. again, my concern is just the time, how long the match is going to go, and it'll be competitive. I think it could be competitive. Goldberg's an old favorite of mine.
Oh, you were a Goldberg
Big
guy
time.
back in the day, really?
Big
Okay.
time. And what a
So
sweet
you must have been
guy.
happy with this comeback.
Yeah, very
Okay.
much. He still looks the part, and he's still over big time.
And we mentioned that a little earlier before you got here. You know, I wish there were more athletes on the regular roster that had his, you know, a little gray in the beard, but had his intensity, that had
The dedication.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about dedication. I'm sure these guys are dedicated to the look too, but they don't have the size. They don't have that aggression. They you know, some were born into this sports entertainment world, so to speak.
Sure.
They don't know the difference. I think we got a little, I don't know if it's just
Lag in
RTV or
sound?
I think that might be RTV, but who knows? They are coming from Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
You guys have a little bit of a lag for a couple of seconds off?
I think Roman looks the best he ever has. Physically, he's in great condition.
Well, it's hard to say. He was covered for so long.
Yeah.
He could have looked even better, and no one ever knew it.
True.
At least he doesn't have those blue eyes anymore. That used to drive me nuts. Oh. Trying to, and there he comes. I hear the march, I think. Yeah, well, they're not that excited. But, you know,
Piece of trivia, Dan.
Yes.
We know Goldberg's entrance theme was actually a repurposed theme. It originally served as another theme for a wrestler in WCW.
Really?
I believe that's true. I wonder if any of the folks at home can.
Don't spoil it for us yet.
I won't. I won't.
I am. Do any of you guys know? Because for the life of me, I have absolutely no idea. And would it have been in circa 1997 that it was used?
Yeah,
Okay.
it would have been, pre Goldberg, maybe 96, 97 for this other. I'm pretty sure.
He debuted on TV in September. He debuted, I believe, the night Austin stunned Vince at MSG. Because they were in your hometown at the Centrum the following Monday with the horrible main event of the Giant against Mr. Perfect. For a Nitro, which for all the main events they threw out there on Nitro in that era, oh my God, the Giant against Mr. Perfect.
Paul White, born February 9th, I believe, and Mr. Perfect died February 10th.
Yes, I remember he died the 10th in 2003. I did not know the Big Show's birthday was
I believe it's
February.
the 9th,
Well, happy belated birthday to the Big Show, a good friend of John Cena Sr. And we're underway, folks. I want to know, who do you got? We're going to do it. Let's see if I can figure out how to do the poll on this thing. Brian Duffy says it's going to be Roman. Matt Kocher doesn't have a lag. All right, well, he says Pat Tanaka, right? Oh, was it for Pat Tanaka?
I don't think so.
Oh, all right.
No, not the person I have in mind. It could have been used for a few people, but I don't recall Tanaka,
Well, I remember at one point, Greg Valentine used the song that Steve Austin used in WCW later on.
Have more fun?
I think that, no. When they tagged together, Austin and Pillman.
Oh, okay.
It was all instrumental. And then I'm going to guess it was a joke, but they gave, Jobber Greg Valentine in 97, 98, Austin's old theme song.
Sure.
Let's see, who wins the big one? The big one.
Size-wise, evenly matched. The ink goes to Roman, the tattoo advantage. Two former NFL players, definitely. So great credibility.
All right, I'm putting an official poll up for you crazies. I think it went through. Yep, there it is. So vote. The only theme I remember being reused was Roadblock used Rey Mysterio's theme. Oh, okay, Brian. I think I know what you mean by that. You're talking about that Ray's WCW generic theme song. Muzak, if you will. And we are underway. Let's see, it's 12:17. Let's see how long we go, Phil.
Yeah.
If we go past 12:22, it might not be pretty.
No.
Roman's got the red glove on
I think
today. All right.
Oh, there you're right. Yeah.
I was in literal shock 2 years ago when Goldberg beat the Fiend for the championship. That would not have been my move. I think they took a lot of momentum off of the Fiend when they decided to do that. One man's opinion. Look at where the Fiend is now, and look at where Goldberg is right now.
Yeah.
But that Fiend character was one fans were willing to spend money on. They wanted to go to the arena and see him. And that's one thing that's really missing in WWE right now. We were talking about Madison Square Garden having the second lowest attendance, and going back to, I think, 1947, Christmas week of all weeks.
Wow.
When it's usually, that's almost a guaranteed 10,000 plus, if not a sellout.
Yeah, a lot of shoppers.
And for them, I could not believe how few tickets they sold. I can't believe how few tickets they've sold for their March 5th endeavor at MSG in a couple of weeks. If you people have never been to Madison Square Garden for a live event, you got to go. Have you ever been to MSG, Phil?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm surprised by that.
Been to the Hammerstein Ballroom in Manhattan.
Oh, that's a beautiful place, too.
Yeah.
But MSG, there's just something about it. Just walking in, looking up and seeing that ceiling, the way it's designed, and everything that's going on underneath those.
The Mecca.
What do we got there? I hear clapping.
We hear footsteps or something.
Do we have another special guest?
It's not Charlie Hustle, is it?
No, I think he was working. But well, someone was happy, whoever it was. Maybe they're happy that Goldberg's out there. I don't know. But I don't think the network's on in the other room. It would have been interesting to see how this match would have gotten over at WrestleMania had they been able to have it, number one, at the football stadium in Tampa as originally planned before the virus struck, and two, in an empty arena warehouse, because that Goldberg Strowman was just
yeah.
Well, no, wrong.
Wow,
I'm wrong
spear.
again. Wrong again. Goldberg's got a little cut on his head and his arm.
His pre-match ritual, perhaps,
maybe,
headbutting whatever is there.
I hope he doesn't do that too hard anymore.
No,
with all the concussion issues in the world.
Something's going to happen here. Poised for the jackhammer.
Oh boy, I'm praying for Roman's neck.
Oh my!
Oh, wait a minute!
Uranagi.
Modified rock bottom.
Hooks it. Come on, Goldie.
Kick out with authority. So that makes me think we're going past 12:22.
Well, it's promising, I would say.
But spear with authority, I like that. And I think Roman is very underrated as far as how and what he can do inside the squared circle.
Absolutely.
You know, maybe he can carry Goldberg. Or maybe I'm just thinking positively, optimistically.
Oh, he clipped him with it.
Nicked him.
He nicked him.
Has Goldberg had a good match in Saudi Arabia? The one with Lashley wasn't all that bad, but I think if you look back at it, Goldberg's probably had almost as many matches in Saudi Arabia as he has in the United States. In this return, another spear from Goldberg, but he won't go for the pin.
Calling for another one.
He won't go for the pin. I think this is going to come back to bite him, Phil.
Wow. You're right on that.
He wants to pose to the camera.
Yeah.
He should be trying to finish him off. Leave Saudi with the... can you even call it championship gold anymore? I don't know.
I don't know what you can call it. With the strap.
Ugh.
No,
I don't like that term.
No.
Oh, no.
Roman's fighting it.
Oh, wait a minute.
No.
Now, this would have been my finish.
He better get to the ropes.
This would have been my finish if I was in the booking meeting.
Will Goldie pass out in the desert heat? I don't want Goldie to tap.
Goldberg's fighting. Would you be satisfied if he passed out?
More so than tapping, yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
Or is-
Unless this is his finale, I wouldn't have him tap either.
Now, is this a special rules because he didn't break in the corner?
Oh, doesn't he have 5 seconds?
He does, but he should have relented when they were in the corner, and he should have.
Well, rules aren't
yeah, I know.
really adhered to anymore in wrestling, which is another thing I hate.
That's true. But in the case of
Oh, wait a
something
minute.
like this, a submission of this
The
sort,
referee's got to be looking at the shoulders, Phil.
yeah, that would
That
be a
could be a
great
pinfall.
ending, wouldn't
That
it?
could be a pinfall.
Wouldn't that be something? A little subtle 3 count on Reigns. Hold
I
on,
think you're
Goldie.
going with my finish.
That's
Yep. Good finish.
What is
Good
the time
finish.
on that, Dan? That is
23.
1 minute beyond. Wow. Yeah.
All right, let's see what the fans said. I got to close this poll out now. They were 75% for Roman, 25% for Bill. All right, now how do I end it? How the hell do you end it? The internet isn't exactly moving
As quickly as you'd like.
No, I've still got Steve Urkel on the screen for some reason.
Did I do that?
Or maybe do I have to hit the poll button? Well, fans, Roman Reigns retains the Universal Championship. Not a surprise to many of you guys. Not a surprise to me. He's dedicating that match to someone. I don't know who. Maybe God. Now the junior ambassador has joined us. He said Goldberg is trash.
It's a bit harsh.
Well, you know, to the younger version of the new generation of fans that weren't around during the Monday Night Wars like you and I, they never saw that version of Goldberg. They got, you know, Goldberg almost breaking Undertaker's neck in Saudi Arabia, Goldberg.
Yeah. And the old Goldberg who had the big show, then the giant up to the jackhammer. Amazing stuff. Amazing display.
Yeah. You wish you could watch it. How come you can't watch it? You can't get the network to work on your TV, or are you just not home?
There are a lot of problems with Peacock, you know, so I hear. A lot of folks get into it and they get booted out and changing passwords and just... It's no network, I'll tell you.
Mr. Rastani will be back tomorrow, for you folks asking. He is, yes, Chris, he is at Casa Rastani right now. Bring back Quincy or we riot. I don't know if we're going to go quite that far. Brian, as far as I know, Cody Rhodes hasn't signed a contract, but he's a free agent. He could be in Saudi Arabia for all we know. It's not working, it says to. Oh, do you remember to put the new password in? Because remember I had to change the password because I forgot what it was? Let me know. WWE has been doing pay-per-views in Saudi Arabia since 2018. Yes, Rise. Rise! I'm glad you're here. Quincy tried, of all people, Quincy tried to send out that package to you from the prize you won. They need the zip code information. Can you email me what your whole address would look like from start to finish? Because I filled it out as I had it, but of all people, they asked Quincy to fill out the customs form, and I can imagine it led to a long line at the post office, but that's one man's opinion. Geez, I don't know. Oh, you want to know what it probably is? Shoot. I think I'm logged in on other computers here at the studio. Shoot. You know what I'm going to do? Let me see. I'm gonna text you a website that you can watch it on. I'm sorry I did that. I think it's on in the other room on my computer, which is probably why they're wondering how many people could be watching this at the same time when the only people that watch it would be me and you. Wait a minute. Yeah, this one. Okay. All right. Look for a text message in a minute I'm going to be sending you. You've got to be kidding me. This is second?
Wow.
Mother of God. You better start watching this quick.
Yeah, I wonder what the what the slated runtime for this might be? What are they typically more than 3 hours?
This one is set for, it was set for 4 hours with the kickoff show. So I think it should be over probably a little before 3.
Okay.
Watch progress live. Look at your text message. And you should be able to find it no problem. I believe there's, is there I'll always call it TNA. Is there an Impact Wrestling pay-per-view tonight?
Not to my awareness. There could be. I didn't
You
hear
don't
that.
follow it enough.
No, not
you're trying
enough.
to say?
No,
Yeah,
right.
well, I can join the rest of the world.
Mhm.
All right, let me know if it works. We watched one of them, and I actually enjoyed it.
I watched the older product, certainly. And I would watch again. Firstly, I didn't know if I get the channel. I guess I do.
AXS?
Yeah,
I think, yeah.
It's like a 700 something channel or something. It's up there.
It's not NBC that you're going to find easily.
Yeah. And, there's only so much wrestling. Well, I shouldn't say that.
No,
Can
you're
say
right.
that
I mean,
here?
there is only so much wrestling one can sit through in a week. I mean, if you are invested in Impact and you enjoy, AEW and WWE, there's 5 nights a week, plus pay-per-views and specials. And
back in the early 80s, there was an equal amount of programming too. We had everything. We had at least 2 Texas wrestling shows, of course, a couple of WWF. We had Superstation, some indie. I think the Bedlam from Boston. We just had so much. It was great. It was great.
It was all good. It was
more time
maybe
to watch
not
it too.
All of it was good, but it was all watchable.
Absolutely.
Most of them were hour programs,
Yeah.
which really helped the cause, I think.
And
they weren't 2 or 3 hours. Right, enhancement matches.
Enhancement, I shouldn't
build.
say that.
Oh, this is coming up next.
Guys,
who do you got in this one? I don't even want to watch it, but I'm going to put up a poll because I want to know what you crazies think. Oh, Brian Duffy says there is a Impact pay-per-view. Oh. It's the Women's Chamber. You're right, Matthew. Thank the dear Lord. All right, create a poll. Who? I don't think it allows me to put 6 names in, though. Who wins the Women's Chamber? And you know what killed me about this, Phil?
What's that?
They started because they didn't want the women to get injured. They had to take away the steel bottom and replace it with mats inside the chamber.
No kidding.
And I hate that. I don't know if I'm spelling Dewdrop right, but who else is in it? Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan.
And once again, the ladies are clad basically head to toe or neck to toe, as we see,
Well, that first one they did with Natalya and Lacey Evans, they looked like they were in their pajamas. So maybe they're giving them a little more freedom this time. All I can fit is 4. You know what? I'm going to put other. So let's see. Who would probably be the 3 favorites in this one? I'd say Bianca, Alexa, and maybe Rhea Ripley. Would you say those would be the top 3?
She's a powerhouse.
So I'll put those 3 in, and then I'll put other. And I'm going to ask your community. So I want to see what you guys think. Thank you, Rise. As soon as you get that, it'll probably be Thursday that we mail it out. But once we have the complete info, we can get that book out to you. We thank... okay, good. You think Dewdrop has it? Here she is. You think Dewdrop has a shot in this one, Phil?
I think she has a shot at being thrown through the chamber, perhaps. Well,
at least she's covered. I guess that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I know there's some that may be offended by me saying that, but my eyes can only be honest. It's a little tight there, Phil. Dear Lord. Dewdrop might have a hard time getting in the pod.
Shake it, don't break it, Dewdrop.
I guess I am not one that understands the fascination with pushing Dewdrop, much like I didn't understand pushing the unsafe Nia Jax, who I am glad is
no longer with the company.
Correct. She said she's probably never going to compete again, and I think that's better for the king of sports professional wrestling.
Into the sisterhood, perhaps.
Oh, I see a body in there. Something's going on in that control room. Who's
I
that?
see a
Howard
hand.
Miller? Yeah. Howard, what are you doing in there?
Hello, Howard.
Oh, all right. Thank you. I appreciate it. Dewdrop thanks you, too. She said she'd take a drop of your dew. Now, I wonder how Alexa Bliss is going to come out. Is she going to be the bizarre woman that we've seen in the past? I don't know if you've seen any of her visits to the psychiatrist on WWE.
I have, yes. She and Lily, right?
They left a little to be desired, but...
Yeah. I think Dr. David Reese would do a better job.
Yes.
I definitely do.
Alexa should have gone to see David
Probably,
Reese, but maybe
yeah.
with David Reese's affiliation with AEW now,
There'd be
they
an
don't want him.
interpromotional sort of,
It would have been politically improper to have David Reese on Raw.
And Leather Tuscadero coming down here.
Yeah.
Looking rather badass, I must say.
She looks like she could have been a valet for Bill Eadie and Barry Dasso back in the 80s.
Wow, absolutely.
Two gentlemen we're going to be with 8 weeks from today, Phil.
They're great.
When we go back to the 80s at Memorial Hall, Saturday, April the 16th. Again, fans, VIP packages and tickets are on sale now. The price is going to have to go up for the medium, I'm going to have to give the name out, but one of the packages is going to have to go up in price just because it's way too cheap for the amount of autographs and posed photos you get. You're talking about a minimum of 8. John Cena Sr. says if you guys get the VIP packages and tickets early, he's going to give you 9, maybe even more. So we got to be realistic. If you saw how much some of the airline tickets cost to this event, you'd choke.
Yeah, I think it's bad at the gas pump. My goodness.
But it was just the perfect storm. When I put the wheels in motion for it, I said, oh, Easter Eve. Easter isn't a weekend a lot of people travel. It's usually pretty good. What I forgot was that it was school vacation week. So there's a lot of people in motion for that.
So it's Holy Saturday, the 16th of April?
Yeah.
Wow. Cool.
Oh, I've seen enough of this one, too.
Rhea Ripley,
Nikki
very impressive,
ASH.
though, with her pull-ups off of the cage. A lot of upper body strength to do that.
It's a big woman.
She is.
We're not talking dewdrop style. She fits what they should be trying to do, in my opinion. Nikki ASH, I liked her when she was doing like a Kevin Sullivan style. When she came in as Nikki Cross.
Yeah.
I like that, but, why not have her be a sports entertainer that no one cares about? It'll probably wind up being released within a year. Let's see what the fans think. What are their picks so far? Alexa Bliss, number 1 at 60%. 60% of the fans think Alexa is going to go on to face the man at WrestleMania 38. WWE doesn't help the cause by eliminating the number of the WrestleManias.
Yeah.
Another thing I don't like that they did, but I wasn't in on the conference call. But I like the numbers. I miss the numeric WrestleMania logos.
That's right.
Why take them away?
Yeah.
Vince thinks it makes them look old. The Super Bowl uses them, and that
I know the Super Bowl is always
Super
going to
Bowl-
have 20 years or so, or 19 years on WrestleMania anyway,
Super
right?
Bowl continues to be pretty successful, even with using Roman numerals,
Yeah.
believe it or not. But I don't know. Is that Alexa? Oh no, that's Liv Morgan. I was going to say, geez, they really changed her look, but It was the wrong person.
I would think those bodysuits actually help in an environment like the Elimination Chamber, you know, what with the steel and chain and other things. And of course, the softer mat you alluded to.
Yep, they got that gym mat right there. So then nothing too bad is going to happen to them. Other than the fact it eliminates, no pun intended, the threat of violence. Look at Dewdrop. Get nasty in her little pod. So it looks like we're going to open. Oh, no, wait, no, she's going in the pod, I think. I don't know. I don't understand any. I don't even want to understand this one. Goldust would have fit in good with this. You could have lent some of them their
I know, right?
his outfits.
Maybe
The
Stardust.
evil is mine. I'm going to guess this is Alexa.
There she is.
Well,
I heard Howard.
oh, wait a minute.
You gave you that
I
sign.
don't know what Howard. Howard's up to something in there. Howard's going to disconnect us. He doesn't want the fans. You have to sit through the female elimination chamber match. I think Howard would like to be locked in one of the pods with Dewdrop.
I don't know that he'd fit.
Well,
And he's not a,
He's in
he's not a
good
big
shape.
fella, you know.
he's tall, but he's
Yeah.
in good shape. No sign of Lily. Heaven forbid. Where is Lily?
Maybe they confiscated her at the Jeddah airport.
Oh, they kind of tore her apart, I think, in that last session on Monday, if I remember right. Did they not?
Somehow I think she may have the power to regenerate.
Oh, okay. It's like the Chucky doll.
I think so.
Oh, please. I don't understand how the average age of the fans watching WWE programming is 50. I mean, what 50-year-old man would want to sit there and watch that? But so is Alexa one of the first? No. I don't know who's going where. I'm just going to wait for it to happen. I'm gonna play along like I'm a fan. Alexa Bliss is down to 38%. Who else? What do the fans think? No, actually, oh no. Alexa's 38, Rhea 31, Bianca 25, and others 6. Who do you guys have as other? Oh, she even has a little swing set.
Wow.
Oh, this is just. Oh, so we open with Nikki and Liv Morgan. How many of these women do you think will be with the company a year from now, folks? I definitely could see Nikki and Dewdrop going bye-bye. Liv is the only thing even close attached to the Rotundo family left in the company.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know if they'd want to put the final nail in the coffin there. They've been pushing her stronger, so I don't know about that one. Rhea, I think getting rid of would be a mistake. Alexa, I guess it really goes as far as how they repackage her. Bianca, I think, is one that should be around for the long term. I think that's the 6.
Yeah.
I think Dewdrop and Nikki are going to be on the boat. The Titanic headed in the opposite direction. They're going back to the Queensland, whatever they call England. I wonder what has been going on. You guys may know more than I, but with Nikki's husband since he got released.
I haven't heard much regarding him.
Yeah, I wonder. I don't know if he's. I think it'd be kind of tough for him to be back in England without his wife.
Yeah.
But I haven't heard of him doing indies or anything or working with any of the promotions over here. So does anyone know what's going on with Killian Dane? What you talk about WWE's clusterfucks, since we'll use adult language since it's so late at night. They have to bring up talent every year, WrestleMania week, just to get that WrestleMania week pop. And they brought up was it Insanity or Sanity? What was the name of that faction in NXT with Eric Young and Killian Dane and Wolf. I think it was Sanity. And
Yeah.
Nikki Cross was part of that.
Yeah.
And she's the only one left with the company. Just no thought behind it.
No follow through.
Oh.
No. Yeah.
Speaking of something I wish there was no follow through on.
There she is.
Dewdrop.
For your viewing pleasure.
John Cena seeing you would be feeling warm and fuzzy right now. Dear Lord. The number of cows that they must have had to put out to make the leather on that one.
She's large and in charge, man. Maybe
Now she's in charge of Nikki Cross right now, slamming her into that cell.
using
She
that
lands
power.
on the padding.
Yeah.
I think back, I was at the first Elimination Chamber at MSG, back at Survivor Series 2002. That was what an Elimination Chamber should have been.
HBK was in there, wasn't he?
Yep, he
didn't
had
win,
his
did
tights
he?
that weren't finished, which he wasn't pleased about.
His tights weren't finished?
No. They just, if you go back and watch it, they just kind of pretty much all brown.
Huh.
But he went on to win, I think, the only world championship he won in his comeback,
Yeah.
which was kind of a surprise. He didn't hold it very long, but
Was Scott Steiner in the company then? he
that
part
was
of
the
that?
night he returned.
Debuted?
He took out Matt Hardy from SmackDown and Christopher Nowinski from Raw in an angle. I think Eric Bischoff was involved, or someone was interviewing the Raw and SmackDown representative, which were Hardy and Nowinski as heels, and
Yeah.
what an ovation he got.
Well, I remember
And
one
what a
situation.
waste of a run.
Yeah.
Not that he had a lot to contribute at that point, other than his look, but
I recall him walking over to Fink and grabbing the microphone and saying, "Give me the effing mic."
oh, did he?
That might have been another match in MSG, but yeah. One of the few F-bombs I think dropped at the time. Of course, AEW is doing that now a little bit,
Oh, yeah.
which I'm not sure how I feel.
Well, I don't mind an adult product.
Right.
I
Oh,
think
no,
you
I
could
don't
have-
either.
Almost like, as I've noted before with, movie companies, they all want to be Hollywood now.
Yeah.
You can have R-rated, you can have PG-rated,
Sure.
you can have G-rated if you really wanted to. What do we got? Oh, Big Rhea's coming in to kick ass and take no prisoners. Network connection lost. It's still playing. Wouldn't
Thank
it
the
be a
Lord. Yeah.
shame for it to go out during this one, if anything?
Are you sure you didn't do that?
Nikki's looking to escape, trying to use her superhero powers. Maybe she needs Lily. Dewdrop. She really went down.
Battle of the Behemoths here.
Skrilla Monsoon would say they need to reinforce the ring for this one. Let's go back to our poll. 44% think it's going to be Alexa Bliss. All right.
Okay. Well, not unless Nikki can actually fly will she have a chance, I think, but who knows?
Well, they're going up high.
She needs her cape where she's going.
Are they going to fall on Dewdrop?
Ooh, golly.
I hate that spot. And that was even worse, the way they just did it. But that's why the popularity level is where it is right now.
What would you think if you saw some color in this match?
I would love it. I would be.
A la
Well,
AEW,
you know what?
you know? Well, Nikki's gone.
Stick a fork in Nikki Cross. I don't know. I don't know if I want to see blood in the women's match.
There's something, there's something disconcerting, I think, about that. I know that almost sounds sexist or whatever, but I don't know.
I'd like
there's
it in
a
the
difference.
men's
Yeah, of course.
all night long, but for the
Yeah.
women,
I'm not keen on that
Yeah.
myself. It has a shock value, though, for sure.
it does. I mean, that match with Britt Baker in AEW.
Oh,
My
that
God,
was
I don't
gory.
think people will ever forget
Yeah,
that. But
gory.
I don't think that was exactly something they were planning on happening.
Gory Guerrera. Right.
Gory Guerrero. There you go. Who do we got now? Little
There
Alexa.
she
That
is.
was 2 minutes. That was pretty quick. I think they may have shaved the clock on that one, Phil. It didn't seem like 2 minutes.
It very well could be the case.
Oh, please.
Talk about David and Goliath here. Wow.
Yeah. Lexa's a house of fire.
She hasn't lost a step, I'll say, thus far.
Now, is this her first?
This is the first time I've seen her in a while in action.
I'm trying to think. Has she done anything since WrestleMania? Oh, my God. Since WrestleMania last year?
Nothing sticks in my memory. Boy, we forget how petite she actually is.
I know she had that singles match with Randy Orton on Raw that was amongst the worst of the history of Raw, but I'm trying to think. You guys out there, what has Alexa Bliss done over the past year since WrestleMania? Anything? I'm going to get back more to your comments in a few minutes, guys. I'm just trying to finish up the social media stuff that we have to do, where it's been early today. I got a late start on it, and then I realized I forgot about it at about 11:35 a.m.
I'd like to see Rhea Ripley against that UPenn swimmer, that swimmer who was once a male became a female and then broke all the women's records, which I think is quite unfair, obviously. I think there should be a division unto itself. Yeah, but
well, maybe that's the solution.
It certainly is. Sunset bomb.
God.
Oh my!
Come on!
Wow, she penned Dewdrop.
Well, you know what? The quicker Dewdrop is out, the better. But I mean, come on.
Favoring that left knee, maybe on that
eat some home
sunset
cooking
bomb.
from Ball back in Florida. Even that seemed pretty quick. I don't know. Well, we got Bianca as John Cena Sr. explained to me, her cue. I never knew that hair had its own name.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, I think it was last year at the Royal Rumble. I made a remark. Oh, I made a remark, and John explained. Now, why John Cena Sr. knew it was a cue, I cannot explain that.
Is that a cultural term, or?
I have no idea. I don't know enough about it.
I wonder how much of it is hers.
It detaches.
Look at that. One arm. Granted, she's posting, but still pretty cool.
She's interesting to watch. I'll give it that compared to she was Ron Simmons right there with that spine buster. Hell of an athlete.
Indeed. Just to keep up without tripping on her hair is quite a
no
cue,
kidding,
if
right?
you will. Yes.
It's like the bride walking down the aisle, not wanting to step on the dress.
Mike, she needs someone to hold that. Now, could that be considered a foreign object? I wonder if she were to wield it with some kind of,
I don't think so. I think the referee would look at it as right.
It's part of the.
I don't think you could look at it as a foreign object,
sure.
Unless she was trying to break a rule with it.
She could apply something to harden it up, maybe, and high verticals in stereo, perhaps.
Goldberg wishes he could get him up like that. Well,
shades of Davy Boy.
Not much of a reaction, but I'm sure there's some over in Saudi Arabia that they're almost in shock right now.
Sure.
This is so new to them.
Yeah, they are breaking ground in a sense too.
Almost too much. There's a few too many women's matches on this show for my liking, but
yeah.
I don't really think they needed three.
I think one might be too many.
Well, and in my opinion, that is correct. But I think for the average fan, I think three is too many.
Certainly. Look at that power getting her up in the rack.
It's like Ray Hernandez.
Yeah.
Oh, please. They're tripping out what the hell that was. Sounds like they're chanting Alexa. We can't have the audio up all the way for copyright purposes, but
that was a sweet. Twisting. Wow.
For her to be able to twist in the air like that is impressive.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they didn't involve her in the Fiend role.
Yeah.
I don't think any good came of it at all. Other than she got an easy payday last year to do nothing.
Sure.
It's good for her, but for the fans.
Going again for it. She might have it cinched in. Oh, there it is. Planted. Hooked. Wow.
Now we down to the final two, Phil.
I reckon so.
Who is it going to be, fans?
We've got Rhea, we've got Alexa, and we've got Q.
Oh, Rhea's still in there? I thought she was just eliminated.
No, I'm kidding. Rhea's gone.
Oh.
I meant Q.
They're changing their minds right now. We got 56% Alexa, 20% Bianca. Rhea's down to 20. I don't think they were correct. Alexa looking to ascend to the top rope yet again.
Looks like pollsters should trust their first instinct, I think. We'll see.
Wait a minute. She's going for safer grounds.
I don't know why she doesn't tie her hair up. Oh. Powerbomb in the rope. Oh. Rope bomb.
Rope bomb, yeah.
And chamber bomb, maybe.
Or maybe not. It's fallen. It's now 58% Bliss and 19 Belair.
Stick to your guns, people.
She's holding the hair to make sure she doesn't trip on it.
You could use it as a lariat. Oh.
Well, she missed that one and then some. Wait a minute. Shades of Jake the Snake. No, she blocked it.
Put the brakes on.
All right. Well, back and forth they go.
We're just going to run the rope. Oh. Wow.
That was a nice
good counter.
Counter, yeah.
A little springboard. Ooh. Into a standing moonsault. Hooks it. Little inside cradle action.
No.
School girl, if you will.
I wonder if Alexa would snap and go nuts again if she loses.
That very well could happen.
What do you think is the better match for WrestleMania, Phil? And I'll ask the fans at home as well. The Man against Becky Lynch or Bianca?
So the options are Becky Lynch against
either one of these two.
Oh, I see. Good question. Alexa's size-wise is better suited. Now, of course, we have a glitch. The bell rang before the 3 count. So
we hear the finish before we see it. Well, that's what they told me quite a while ago in WWE, and they were right. Bianca and the Man will go on to compete at WrestleMania.
Wow.
Sasha was the one left in the dust because of Rousey. Because it was going to be Sasha and Charlotte on the SmackDown side.
Yeah. Well, she's got some good momentum, and I think she's got it all going on right now.
Can Bianca Belair go back-to-back WrestleManias winning women's championships?
I think it's very likely. Yeah,
really?
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right, let me end this poll. Well, 19% of you were right. What do you call a wrestling company full of transgender wrestlers? Intergender pro wrestling. Okay.
TWA? I don't know.
It's going to be interesting, Brian, to see what goes on with EC3's company. I like EC3 an awful lot. He's a good guy. We wish them luck. Is there a market for yet another wrestling promotion with a TV show? What TV is it going to be on? Is it going to be a streaming platform that they consider TV? I just don't know. But I think you have a former WWE world champion within the past couple of years, Braun Strowman, involved. That you know, there's some quality there.
And it's really an organic kind of organization, isn't it? No writers. Is that the idea?
I don't know enough about it, to be honest. You could be 100% right. I hope it's successful because there's some good people involved. I want to see every good wrestling promotion succeed.
Definitely.
Unless there's someone in it I really don't like.
Yeah.
And I can't think of a promotion right now like that. I think, you know, I hate to say it. I don't like the fact that Ring of Honor is in the position it's in, but I think Ring of Honor made its own bid and they got what they deserve.
Yeah.
Ring of Honor could easily have been AEW. They had the money. They had the talent.
Yeah, they were on New England Sports Network. I saw them.
Yeah, but it was never on at the same. You know,
true,
the time would always change.
Yeah, that's true.
You couldn't say, okay, watch Ring of Honor Saturday night at 8:00 on Sinclair Network. It was on at a different. Not only here in Boston, we didn't get it every week, or the time would change.
Yeah.
But nationally, it was not on at the same time on the same channel. So for people that had that much money, for them to misuse and abuse all of the talent that they had. I mean, another reason I don't like them is I know how much they paid, which is they should be ashamed of themselves for a national company to pay.
Talent was underpaid then, huh?
Near poverty level in some cases, to the point where a lot of them had jobs outside of wrestling.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? So if that's how they wanted to present wrestling, maybe it's good riddance.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's better off as an independent promotion. Geez, they're really going old school with some of this Bobby Lashley footage. What, and I go, look at this, Phil. What a waste for Bobby Lashley to have missed over a decade in WWE for the issues that he had with him and his wife.
Yeah.
What a shame.
Yeah.
He could have contributed so much to that company, a positive person.
Yeah.
And, you know, I wasn't involved in the who's, the what's, the whys as it went down, but I think they should have tried harder to find a resolution to keep him.
Yeah. Well, again, he's got a good second chance here, and
the
story's not written yet.
Certainly does not look his age.
No.
As I like to remind my good friend Bobby, he is older than me. And the one that really bothers is Shelton.
Yeah.
He almost passed out the first time he learned that, and it's not, I believe it's a 6-year age gap between he and I get a big kick out of it. So really, guys, at the end of the day, that's all that counts.
Yeah, these guys take great care of themselves, and two genetic wonders to boot. Anyway, Bobby
could pass for 10 years younger than he is.
Mm-hmm. You know, just as a famous wrestler says, it's not what you weigh, it's what you look like you weigh.
Right.
It's not how old you are, it's how old you look. You know.
Well, they sent Titus O'Neil over to Saudi Arabia to play kickball. That's a long flight to play kickball.
Mm-hmm. This is photo op time, huh? Oh gosh!
Dear Lord, they shouldn't be putting Drew McIntyre on TV dancing like that.
This kind of kills some characters.
Yes, it sure does.
You know, you keep the good community work kayfabe. You know,
it's like, could you imagine in the middle of one of those superhero movies or something like that?
I'd like to take a time out for a PSA here. We help all these children, and I'm supposed to be the bad guy.
I understand the need to push things like that, but that's why they have Twitter and social media and YouTube and all those different sorts of things. It doesn't need to be shoved down your throat in the middle of a pay-per-view, one of the biggest events of the year. A $50 million event, and they have Titus O'Neil playing kickball. All right, I'm going to put the poll up, fans. Who the hell is she working? Oh, they're doing that women's tag team match. I don't even remember who's in it. Who was it? Charlotte and Sonya against Ronda and Naomi?
It might be.
All right.
I haven't followed the women terribly closely.
You need to see the raw footage of the Ronda trying to slam Charlotte's head off of the table, and it looked like two middle school children were trying to execute it.
No kidding.
I don't know how they edited it or aired it last night, because I was here very late trying to get everything ready for a normal week, even with John Noyd here for 3 days, which is going to have me here very late tonight as well. But
it's going to be a berserk week. It's not gonna be
every week is berserk, yeah. Every week. Every day. Rhonda has to have her arm tied behind her back.
Oh, yes.
Brian, am I right, though, that it's Rhonda and Naomi against Charlotte and Sonya? Or anybody?
Bueller?
Hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I'm pretty sure it is, because I'm thinking back to that video that I just was wowed by, with Charlotte involved, where she's so good.
Yeah, she is. She's exceptional. I mean, she is definitely above.
Thank you, Brian.
Did Brian confirm?
Yes. Thank you, Matt. Maybe there's a delay on our end, too. Who knows?
Well, sometimes if I'm home and you ask a question out loud, and I'll type in the response pretty immediately, or sometimes I'll even have a response before you ask, because I feel it'll take a minute for you to.
Oh, okay. So we're not the only ones.
Oh, no.
All right. What a matchup we have here, fans. Sonya Deville, another one.
Yes, a clip to wing for her, huh? Poor Sonya.
All right. Let's see. Let's see this on. See what's going on over on the Twitter as we get excited for this big tag team encounter. We have the poll up, fans, for you to vote. 100% Ronda Rousey and Naomi at this point. No, Brian, I don't think they're going to do Naomi and Sonya Deville at WrestleMania. They have enough women's matches on this show. Please. I beg and plead that they do not decide to go the route of Naomi and Sonya Deville at WrestleMania. I'd rather roll around in wet dog shit than see that at WrestleMania in Dallas.
I knew you'd mention
I don't know how honest I can be. I am not a Sonya Deville fan. I think Naomi's a great athlete. But if you want to see some great athletes and you're in the New England area, along with meeting the great legends of the WWF era, don't forget, 8 weeks from tonight, Boston Wrestling Sports goes back to the 80s at Memorial Hall, Melrose, Mass. Saturday, April the 16th. If I skip the date, which I probably didn't, I'm just overly tired right now. We have that VIP exclusive Q&A that he'll be part of.
I will.
That VIP 80s group photo with all the legends. You talk about social media credibility. Getting in a photo with 8 or 9 80s WWF legends. That's a VIP exclusive. Then, once we open the door to all fans, we have an autograph photo fan fest for you to enjoy before the superstars of yesterday, today, and tomorrow blow the roof off of Memorial Hall here in Melrose, which might not be that difficult of a task. I think they're using Scotch tape to try and keep it down. I mean, Pigot's cutting costs where she can. She's like the Nick Khan of Melrose, I guess. But I was told to be nice, but it's not a hard roof to blow off. But our athletes are going to try nonetheless. And we're going to have a great time. We're going to have a lot of fun. To relive the memories of the good old days of professional wrestling, as we like to say, give you a break from sports entertainment in 20, what the hell year are we in?
2022, believe it or not.
2022. Oh, look at Ronda Rousey.
Judo Jean LaBelle here. My goodness. She's getting into it.
Well, I'll tell you an interesting fact, Phil. The Harvard professor out there and his wife used to train, and when we're friendly with Rhonda, when she used to train in Wakefield.
No kidding.
True story.
So she was in New England for a little bit.
Yeah,
then, huh?
Yep. She trained. I can't think of the name of the. I don't know enough about this.
Wow,
but yeah,
that's pretty
right
cool.
in Wakefield, which is for the fans at home. Yeah. Wakefield is the city right next to us.
Right, literally up the street. No kidding.
Fun facts across the board.
Very cool.
We're full of them, not full of it. Well, we might be there too. I don't know.
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both. Let's take a look at how the ad's doing. You guys don't forget, Monday night during Raw, we are going to be announcing the 7th featured 80s superstar on April the 16th. Joining Jim Duggan, Axe and Smash Demolition, the Berzerker, Tito Santana, and Dangerous Danny Davis.
Arriba.
Arriba. A great mix of talent right there. Number 7 this Monday, number 8 next Monday. And then if we have more than that, it's up to you. We have a lot of superstars from the 80s that would love to join us. We just need the fan support to make it happen. There's Ronda. Ronda was almost as covered at the Royal Rumble as she is here at Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
Does this match do it for you at WrestleMania, Phil?
These two?
Yeah.
Yes.
Really?
I think it could. I think it could.
Okay.
You know, there's always that danger, or at least regarding Ronda, my thought is maybe she'll slip into her shoot mode accidentally or whatever, you know. Something could happen. I mean, I know she's a professional. That likely won't happen, but it's interesting. I mean, I don't think she's transitioned like Kurt Angle has, but you know, she's in there with Charlotte, who's just incredible. So I don't know. Will it be the case of Charlotte carrying Ronda? Will they both be up for this?
Well, I don't know about this run, but during her first run, she was given the benefit of being able to get a week to practice her match in a hotel before her pay-per-view appearances. So
no kidding.
Yes. So she had that luxury that everybody else didn't.
Yeah. Wow. And that's kind of curious. Yeah.
And you know what? I can't think of too many bombs she had. So however you want to look at it, good or bad, that, you know, that's really not pro wrestling if she choreographed her match for a week.
No.
At least nothing embarrassing went on television.
Right.
You know,
she seems legit. I mean, her presentation seems pretty legit.
Yeah.
Sonya sheds the old slingeroo, and
looks like she doesn't have any makeup on either.
No,
I was going to ask, was it banned? But no, the other ladies have it on.
I know. I was thinking that too for a bit.
Fans, we want to send some positive thoughts to our good friend down in Florida, Marty Jannetty. He was in the emergency room this week. I don't know if there was a little too much partying going on. I'm teasing. He was in rough shape. He was a hurting unit, so we send our best to Marty.
Absolutely.
As I noted, for everything he did in his 20s, in his 30s, to give you guys great matches and action, his body is paying for it in 2022. So I don't know if everyone in here may be religious or spiritual. They can send a prayer if they like. Or, you know, just sometimes everybody thinking positive thoughts and sending positive vibes can be a good thing too. We want to get Marty back. Marty and I, we've been talking about March. I still don't understand the full scope of what happened, so I don't want to promise March, but he's still eager to come back. But if he was in the emergency room and he's in a lot of pain, I also don't want to push the issue. As we've seen, as you and I have seen firsthand what that can turn into.
Yep.
And we don't need that. We want the Marty that we had November 13th, which was grade A quality Marty, a happy Marty, a great Marty with the fans. That's the Marty we want. That's the Marty that can still contribute so much to the king of sports. As that was a pretty impressive spot right there.
And pretty impressive attire. Is that hurting your eyes? Oh, the move.
No, the last move there.
Let's see that
but
again.
Right here. Look at that.
Very
Naomi
nice.
is one hell of an athlete.
Yeah. Oh, she's quite good.
Love her entrance.
Yeah.
Love her color.
Absolutely.
And I mean her outfit. I'm not being.
Yeah.
You got to clarify in 2022.
Yeah. Well, nice little Matrix-like action, back elbow. Yeah. Those are shades of Jesse the Body's tights when he first came in.
Yeah, there you go.
He had those colors rocking.
Look at Ronda in that judo-like outfit. I don't know. Oh, I wish the professor wasn't busy in the other room. I'd call him in here to ask him if this was one of the gis that she'd wear in Wakefield.
Sure. Curious that it's the right arm, too. As we know in wrestling, they work the left side of the body, so leaving her left wing open for
unless it's Mexico.
Business. And of course, then the water goes down the drain differently, too, so it's all reverse. You know. But I like this. They're not doing much with Ronda and Charlotte. Right.
trying to save it for WrestleMania. I think the fewer the physical interactions for all of the big matches, the more intrigue there is once they actually happen.
Yeah.
One man's opinion.
Absolutely. Distance makes the heart grow fonder, you
Right.
know?
That's why that, if you look back, even the lead into WrestleMania 3, just that one interaction that Hogan and Andre had in the Battle Royal on Saturday night's main event after the match was signed, it meant everything in the world to that match.
Yeah.
If they were on Superstars or Challenge every week having physical angles, I don't think there would have been the interest.
Right.
Again, one man's opinion. If you were an 80s fan like we were.
Yeah. Was that where Leapin' Lanny had was busted open?
Yes. Yep.
By Andre? Wow. And for the time, that was pretty gory and pretty, yeah. That was a good use of color.
1987 had some great Saturday night's main events.
It was just a great year, yeah.
Yeah, it was a great year in general.
Yeah.
For not just WWE. Well, you can argue Ronnie Garvin winning the title, but for all the wrestling, there was a lot of great stuff going on in 87. Did they change the rule and allow Ronda to not have her arm tied? Maybe it got loose, Brian. I don't know.
I think it did.
They didn't tie it very tight, I guess is the best way to put it. It's going to be interesting to see all the ladies that are going to be coming back, I'm going to guess, after WrestleMania. I thought that final Elimination Chamber spot might have been Lacey Evans or Bayley or Asuka, who are all set to have been ready or
I miss Asuka,
eminently.
particularly. Yeah.
Yes. One of the big mistakes in recent years was having nothing against Charlotte Flair, but they should have never ended Asuka's streak.
No, that should
in
have
New Orleans.
been
I was literally disgusted.
Yeah.
Because it was over. It was over with the fans.
I was tuning in all the time to watch.
You can't do it again.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
And as I've said before many times, and it's not meant as an insult or a joke, Asuka works like, quote unquote, one of the boys. That's why I enjoy her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't think I'm watching a women's match when I watch her wrestle. I think I'm watching a wrestling match.
Yeah.
That's the type of women's wrestling that I like.
Yeah.
I'll ask you this, Phil, because Johnny and I got into an argument about it, believe it or not, the other day. But, you know, where the women are, you know, their bodies are slighter than the men's. You know, to be fair, they're not big. They're not as big as the men. They're not as thick as the men. Another reason I am so behind in all women's wrestling show.
Yeah.
What if they tailor-made a ring more for the women's bodies?
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. The ropes are a little lower.
Yeah, right.
The ring itself is
I didn't even think of
smaller.
the ropes, but I
know?
mean, it's just as far as how it's constructed underneath.
Sure.
They could make it a little softer for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And then you don't have Sasha Banks injured 3 times a year.
You know, and that's true. And you know, and she is really the petite variety herself, you know. And
Johnny was furious with me for bringing it up. He was disgusted.
Well, the notion of a different ring is quite a good one. I've never thought of. That is wow.
Is that impressive?
Again, that athleticism you alluded to. Holy moly. She's not fast. She's sudden.
You know what? That gets a clap from
that is a
Morati.
corkscrew. That is extraordinaire. Wow, and a nice body press to boot. Yeah, she's sensational.
Look at this.
Wonderful. Oh boy. There's no slowing her down.
For me to applaud.
That's something. Mark the tape. Mark the tape.
I don't know if you're still watching out there, little Morati, but he always says, you know, you never react when we go to the shows.
Sell the women, right?
It's almost like I'm studying or something like that. But it's just I've seen so much. It takes a lot for me to react. You know what I mean? But if it's a friend or someone does something exceptional, I'll give them the golf clap. Yeah. And that deserved it. I remember when Edge came back at the what event was that? The Royal Rumble, in Houston. We were there for that, and I was so happy for him. He was actually another Boston wrestling factoid. Now this is going to suck for a little bit that Sonya's in there. Edge was actually going to be in the main event of the very first MWF live event when WWE allowed third-party bookings regularly.
As Edge, not as what was his name? Sexton
No, he
Hardcastle.
was Edge. This was when he was Edge in WWF.
Sure.
This would have been the fall of '99, right around when they did the first ladder match with the Hardys and Edge and Christian.
Sure. Classics.
Believe it or not, we ran into some issues here in Melrose.
Never.
And things got pushed out a little bit. And then I wound up with WWE for that short period of time. So the MWF didn't start in '99. We started in '01. So there's another factoid for you.
Walk down
Wouldn't it have been cool to say that Edge was in the main event of our first show? Granted, he wasn't the superstar then that he is now, but
there were signs that he would be.
Yes, there were. Yes, they're from day one. Granted, he got a little thicker as he got older, but
oh yeah,
good finish right there. The right finish. You build up Rousey for WrestleMania with very little physical interaction between her and Charlotte. I thought one of the problems they had for the main event of WrestleMania 35, it was ridiculous how much physical interaction there was with the ladies.
Sure.
That nonsense when they were all getting arrested. If they never did a professional wrestling angle again, where someone is arrested by the police, no fan believes they're really getting arrested. So why do it?
Begs the question. Why do it?
Damn it. And I just remember I have to thank my friends at WWE. They gave me a very plum position for WrestleMania 35 in the, I don't know if you'd call it the friends and family area or whatever it may be. But I remember going out in the elevator and just how flat the people were leaving MetLife Stadium in New York after that women's triple threat main event that they pushed so hard.
Yeah.
And the fans didn't react to that much. It was almost like they felt like they had to be respectful at the times they did.
Obligatory applause.
And there was so many great matches that night. I mean, the reaction Rollins got, the reaction that Kof got when he won the title, Roman coming back from cancer. Man.
It's a lot of emotional expenditure right there.
And then you put that on last?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, WrestleMania might be 42 days away, fans, but let me tell you, add 14 to that, and you're going back to the 80s. That gives us, what are we, 8 weeks away? 56 nights.
Today. Yeah.
56 nights. And not only that, folks, we are going to be live here in studio for not one, but 2 kickoff shows. The Thursday night, April the 14th, the wild and unpredictable Berzerker is going to be here. Then Friday night, April the 15th, Demolition Smash, Repo Man, Barry Darso is going to be here. So we're going to have a monster week, Phil.
That's incredible. Unbelievable.
Well, we're still looking for Just Incredible, but that's we won't go there. Right
no,
now.
We won't. We wish him well.
No, well. You might.
Well, but not too well.
I just wish he would resurrect himself.
Sure.
For the money that he was given.
Open the lines of communication.
His car that needed to be repaired in early December.
Very slow mechanic.
Yeah, there's. Oh, I forgot to put John C's in Vermont. I forgot about that.
Oh, is he coming back?
He's coming back today. I just forgot. I thought he was at work up the street at the carpet place.
And is that where your friend, the little Dutch boy, is?
The little Dutch boy from Holland may be leaving from Vermont to go to a I don't know what the terminology is for even what it is that he does. Maintaining hiking areas.
Okay,
but
cool.
He's going to be doing it in South Carolina sometime in April.
No kidding.
He actually has a relationship with Piggott. So we're hoping that he'll be there April 16th.
I hope so. I'd like to bump into him.
Well, he's easy to miss. He's so small.
Yeah. And you do a great voice imitation, don't you?
And he's a little embarrassed by it, but he gets a kick out of it.
That's cool.
Oh, you know what? Let me end the poll. Well, 88% of you were right. Ronda and Naomi were victorious. We got some smart fans, Phil. We got some smart fans.
I agree. I agree.
And you know, we're going to create a poll for the next one. I think this might be a tough one. What's the other guy's name? Madcap?
Yeah.
Madcap Moss?
It is.
Yeah, is that what it is?
It's
Isn't
not
it sad
hard-boiled
that I don't-
Haggerty. But it's Madcap.
Who wins, fans? Hopefully, we don't make it as easy on Saturday night, April the 16th, to figure things out. Drew McIntyre. I'm just going to go with Riddick Moss because I know him. By
Oh, you mean
that
his
name.
real first name?
I don't think Riddick is. I mean, it might be
No,
his real
I
first
can't
name,
think-
but
It's not Randy Moss.
But
That's
is
for
that
sure.
what it is now?
Madcap.
It is Madcap.
It is
Thank you,
Madcap.
Brian. Okay. I don't see it. If I see half the SmackDown, I'm lucky because
I
I'm
hear ya.
usually at the studio until about 9.
Yeah.
And then by the time I get home and, take off my coat,
on the
put on the
chat.
slippers.
Yeah.
All right, folks, we got another poll up. Who's going to win this one? Drew McIntyre or Madcap Moss? I tell you, if that's not a shoot that black eye, the makeup people did a good job.
Certainly did. So now, conspicuous by his absence
Yes.
today is, what's his name, who looks like the 1930s paper boy? I can't even think of his name. Canadian. Syrian gentleman. It's not. There's some kind of conflict there. God, why? I tell you, I need a
Oh, you're
second.
talking about WWE.
WWE.
Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn, of
I
course.
thought you were
I need
talking
a second
about Charlie
copy.
Wilson.
No,
And
Charlie.
you forgot his name.
Charlie. No, he's one I can't forget.
You can't forget Charlie.
No.
Even though we wish he was here. He's
Yeah.
having a busy day doing what it is that the Wilsons do on a Saturday. And I believe his real
Resurrecting
world
Carvel ice cream stores, maybe bringing them back.
You never know.
Wouldn't that be something?
You're going to get me going on that.
Mm-hmm.
I unfortunately think this is going to lead to Drew McIntyre against Baron Corbin at WrestleMania, or a happy Corbin. And something, again,
some
that
outside interference, perhaps.
I have zero interest
in Baron Corbin.
as this.
Yeah.
I thought Baron Corbin had all the potential in the world.
That lone wolf kind of.
When he first came in.
Yeah.
Then he had the issues with Cena when they did the SummerSlam match in the aborted Money in the Bank briefcase cash in.
Yeah.
And you know what? Sometimes attitude has a lot to do with things.
Yeah.
Well, they got John Candy refereeing. But I mean, I just don't get this.
You don't get
usage
happy
of it.
Corbin, huh?
I didn't understand depressed Corbin.
Right.
I don't understand happy Corbin. I just like Baron Corbin.
Well, sadly, I think there are going to be more incarnations to follow.
Yes.
You know?
I think he's going to be like Bob Holly.
Yeah. We're going to have neurotic Corbin soon, I think. Maybe.
Ramen, who are all those middle fingers for? Is that what that means? Are those middle fingers, Phil?
Thumbs up, I think.
No, that's not. I don't think that's a
Fox is
thumb.
a friggin' beast. You are. I think so.
Ramen, is that a thumbs up or a middle finger? No, I think that's a middle finger.
Half a
Who
peace
is the
sign.
middle finger for?
Half a peace sign.
Half a peace sign. There you go. They're getting there. Corbin's downhill happened after he broke a mirror at WWE headquarters. Well, Corbin's had a few issues since he's been with them. He had playing pro football like he did. He had a verbal exchange with a concussion specialist doctor that was brought in to speak to the talent, and he had a great difference of opinion, and
Really?
it didn't go over well with company officials.
I could see how that could happen.
He was trying to tell the doctor he was wrong, basically, and you know what? Hey, Baron Corbin went out and played pro football. I don't know. Maybe he does know. Ramen, I need to know, were these middle fingers or? And who was the middle finger for? Was it us? Was it me? Was it Phil? It wouldn't be Phil. Everybody loves Phil. Everybody hates me. Ramen, you're not giving me anything to work with, brother.
Remember, there's a little bit of a lag sometimes.
Oh, that's
so
true.
you
That's
could
true.
be
That's true.
typing
Okay. All right, we'll give
sometimes.
him a minute to
Yeah.
respond. The shorter this one goes, the better.
He could very well be a happy Corbin fan.
I would like to see
or a madcap.
I'd like to see a Billy Goldberg Roman. We've been getting a lot of texts. I'm saying I'm waiting for the best.
wonder how the weather is out there. We're supposed to get a little snow after.
Here today?
Some wind-driven snow. I think so. Of course, I think they're overhyping it. They're nuts.
Well, right around 2 o'clock, 100% chance.
Well, I dare say that's a lot.
By 3, 60%.
I like that.
4:50.
Okay.
5:40.
All right.
By 6, nothing.
Okay.
So I don't think whatever it is, it's going to be much.
Quick hitter.
As the iPhone continues to amaze me with these little technological things that it does, it's showing. It looks almost like a rainy sleep more than anything.
Yeah.
So that's good. Chick, that I have to be a good. I don't know. Guys, who do you got, Drew? Ryan, we were talking about the table hours ago. Are you really that happy that it's here? Please keep the table. The other way makes it look like you are a hurting unit. We know what, Ryan? I'm a hurting unit no matter what. But if I look like less of one, we'll keep the table.
I hope the Berzerker doesn't break it with Quincy tomorrow. Jeez.
They might need their own table.
I think so. Kitty table?
That could be just a reality show. The two of them going out for dinner together.
That would be great. If the zoo were only open right now, could all go.
Yeah, Ryan, after about an hour or so, my lower back, forget about it. I tried to take my medication before we went on the air just to try and be proactive and get through the pay-per-view the best we can. I'm also very tired. I hate doing things in the morning. If this start, perfect time, maybe like 4 o'clock would have been a good start time for this.
Yeah.
Tom, you like the table. All right. Matt says Quincy better not chug in Phil's presence. I think if anyone, Phil DeCesare may be the man to finally end this milk nonsense.
I'm bringing in
Quincy drinks gallons of it every day.
Yeah.
And has a cough that's been going on for 6 or 7 years at this point.
Milk-induced. We're going to chocolatefy his milk tomorrow, maybe. We'll get that.
Maybe.
We'll get a little chocolate syrup in here.
Wait a minute. Now, Ramen has sent another one.
Another
they
symbol?
look like little minions. What the hell is that? It looks like he's got a magnifying glass over the eye. Ramen, I don't know what the point is you're trying to make. But as long as it's respectful, you're always welcome. Hey, you. A bad I'm God.
Well, if you're God, then we're all bad for sure.
Well, maybe not as bad as this match, but
why do I think that
where McIntyre is not at 100%,
right.
I don't understand why they're wasting him in this capacity.
Yeah.
I don't think there is anyone in Saudi Arabia that would not attend the match if this was not on it. I can't imagine anyone in the WWE universe that's a fan that wouldn't watch the show if this wasn't on it. I would try and keep them. I wouldn't use them until WrestleMania. Yeah. Abdullah, how are you, brother? Where are you, my friend? Again, a very odd time for us to be doing this live stream, but WWE is fitting in with the locals, I guess maybe is a good way to put it.
It's a big payday for them.
It sure is. And you know what? Hopefully, when I look at my WWE stock after the next quarterly report, it goes up because I tell you, Microsoft is killing me. Disney is killing me. Facebook is killing me. It's been you talk about the popularity of WWE going down. How my stock portfolio has gone down since last March.
Oh, God almighty. Oh, my Lord.
Oh.
Wow. That is not good.
Oh.
Not good. Oh, my God. Wow.
It's a good thing Candy was there to make sure he was all right. But once that adrenaline wears off, I'd be very careful with that, man.
Harkening back to your conversation with Mr. Cena last night about Austin and potentially working again and
you tuned in? Oh, that's right. You were there. That's right, with the wrench.
Yeah, that moves like that make me think, make me understand that too.
That's why I think something like the Goldberg match would be a dangerous proposition.
Yeah.
Where I don't know if you ever saw the spear, or no, not the jackhammer that he gave Undertaker.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And I think it was attributed to sweat or something like that. But
Well, to be fair, Goldberg, I think he was concussed.
that
he
too.
did it.
He was indeed. You're right.
So,
yeah.
That was just a
Confluence of
bad
things.
storm, so to speak.
Yeah.
Oh, don't show it again.
I know. Well, good Lord. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my God. Ay, 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 ay.
Oh,
Not
that brings
good
back
TBC.
memories to what my neck went through when I
With the
some
Sheiky baby?
Some fans are going to say, "Oh, you're going to mention the accident again," but you know what? I'm in a lot of pain.
Something that
because of some
traumatic.
drunk asshole.
Yeah.
And I remember the position my neck was in, and every time I see a neck injury, I feel for the guys. They're part of our brotherhood, even if I've never met that man. Someday he could be a regular in this studio for all we know. He could be part of an MWF live event. We don't know. Oh, it's false count anywhere, as the hashtag says. Okay.
Oh.
I was wondering why she was counting, and then I looked at the hashtag. It's different sometimes watching it without 100% sound.
Right.
For the fans at home that might be wondering, why the hell wouldn't he know that? It says it right on the screen, and that sort of I missed anything they did last night on SmackDown, if they were on. But hope you guys are enjoying the show thus far. Take a look over. We've got still 100% for Drew McIntyre, believe it or not.
Well,
Abdullah, you'd like to see Boston Wrestling come to Jeddah? I don't know about that. You'd have to talk to the Prince. If he could fuel up the jet, and maybe I think we could come for a little cheaper than Vince.
I think so. Yeah, cut him on a good deal. Good deal.
I don't know if he'd need that stadium, but I'm sure there's smaller places in Jeddah. We'd love to come to Saudi Arabia.
Even a giant tent would be fine.
Yeah, we do it outside. I know John Cena Sr. is looking at an outdoor venue for us to use this summer.
That'd be awesome.
Outside of the auspices of Dudleyville and Pigottville, which would be very nice.
Oh, the Manning Bull and Lynn, where the Von Erichs came in the 80s, I wonder? Is that still standing? I don't even know.
I don't know of it not being there. I don't know. That's an interesting question.
Yeah.
I think Killer Kowalski did a couple of indie shows there.
Yeah.
But I haven't heard of anything happen in there.
In a long
I know
time.
when they had the I know you're a baseball guy. You might even remember it. But remember when they had the baseball team in Lynn?
Yeah.
We had several meetings with them about setting up a big live event there.
Sure.
It never came to fruition because I think the team wound up going out of business.
Yeah.
And that I don't think it exists at all anymore, as a matter of fact, now. But they were trying to do different things with the field to try and make money with it.
Absolutely. Bring attention to the,
And we had quite a lineup we were talking about putting together, but it just, due to the circumstances, I guess, of independent baseball, they couldn't do it. Send Piggott to Saudi Arabia to be the Princess Bride. I'd love to see her over there. Oh, holy shit.
Whoa.
No. That
is the ultimate foreign object, I would say. That is the ultimate foreign object.
Well, the Berzerker did it to the Undertaker, so, I guess
that's true. Yeah. That's true. He's kind of lifting from, this is the bell and then the count.
Yeah. Well, no, it went down to 92%, believe it or not. Ryan, you'd like to see John Nord and I calling the action in Jeddah instead of Colin Graves? Could you imagine that? John, what do you think of Ronda Rousey? They having the arm tied around her back. I think she's got a golden clit. Thank you, John. Thank you for the insight. Another one that wasn't a big fan of Medusa, but anyway.
I think that'd be a great T-shirt. Nord's picture in front and that on the back. I think she's got a golden.
Well, I didn't expect that when John. I didn't know there was whatever John thinks of her, but when he said that, I'm glad I didn't interview her, and I had to know what would John ask her. Do you have golden plated nipples? Do you have a golden clit? And you know what? I wasn't expecting that, believe it or not.
I could totally. I mean, people from, what is it? Not Friendly, Minnesota. What is it?
Fridley,
Minnesota don't usually speak like that.
Well, the people of Minnesota, it's like a different world. They're very, very, very nice people.
Absolutely, man. Oh, yeah.
But to me, still, the ultimate John Nord moment was when I told him that the Iron Sheik threatened to humble him. And his reaction to that was just
priceless.
Yeah, that was gold.
There does exist a video, and I think
that is so fucking Iranian of you, Claude. We don't do that filthy shit here in America. We try and keep it clean. He didn't want to be humbled. And I don't blame him, to be honest. I wouldn't either.
It's a threat to all mankind. Yes. My goodness, It
took him a minute to process it. Because silently, when I first mentioned it, he goes, I don't know what that is.
A Minnesota mind, is so clean. It's so clean. I don't mean to, they're intelligent, but clean-minded. Yeah. So, to delve down into that filthy, mindset takes a minute.
Then as I explained it to him, he came to realize what humbling meant, and he went,
You've got him down.
Because I think he was missing one set of teeth wasn't in.
Yeah.
So the bottom of the mouth was still going up near the nose.
Sure. Yeah.
And he was not happy. Go back to your fucking country, Clyde. I know there's not much of you left, but if I see you again, I'm gonna lay you out.
Gosh.
John Nord is a godsend, baby.
He is.
I love him. He is so much fun. You know what it makes me think? It makes me sad that we weren't able to continue the New Jack series.
Yeah.
Because I think we would have had a lot of fun too. That one day we had him here. Him and I, if you ever saw
I almost got down here that day and I couldn't. I wanted to see him,
So many laughs.
All the outtakes, huh?
So many laughs. So many giggles.
Yeah.
I wish people got to see that side of New Jack compared to the coolest guy or the guy that threw Vic Grimes and almost killed him off of that scaffold. And it's so, even worse, he was going to come back in June for 2 days, for a Saturday and a Sunday.
Yeah.
To take 2 full days where we probably would have got a dozen or so episodes out of it.
Sure.
Ryan, what'd you say? Your 80s event, $9.99 live stream, and I'll buy your 80s event. Stop doing the social media and just pay attention to your chats. You are not a good multitasker, my good sir. Well, Ryan, I respectfully appreciate you being so honest in your comments. It is tough where we don't have
Charlie Wilson
a giant team, so to speak. If we did, believe me, things would be very different. But we have the budget we have to work with. I'll tell you this, though. The Super Chat button is Patreon, baby. For less than a cup of coffee at Patreon. For less than a cup of coffee at Starbucks. Patreon.com/Boston Wrestling. We got great merchandise in the eBay store. If you want more Marty Jannetty in this studio, we're at 94%, I think, of the way to the goal to get our crazy friend back here for season 2 of his series. So we're a community. We're a big family is the way I look at it, because we love you guys. And I appreciate the fact that you worded it with, how did you end it? My good sir. So I didn't take it as a complete insult. Because sometimes you can't read people's tone of voice through a text or a chat here. So
constructive
thank you, Ryan.
Critique, absolutely.
And in this room, the internet isn't exactly lightning quick. We're kind of, is underground the right way to put it?
Are we a little subterranean, perhaps?
Yeah, we're probably
like the Bat Cave.
I'd say probably at least 6 feet
below road level. Yeah.
Oh, Dewdrop enjoyed a little bit of the Jetta dancing. We're trying, Ryan. I'll tell you that. There is no lack of effort. I'm here 10 to 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, unless I'm on the road. And even when I'm away, people, whoever I'm with, are yelling and screaming at me, why are you working? Why are you working? It's because we're trying to produce content, interviews, events, in-ring wrestling for you guys. Damn it. But you're right. I'm not the world's best multitasker. I do try, but I'm not perfect. Oh, dear Lord. Well, Oscar's probably doesn't need the Viagra right now. He's very excited.
He's a big fan of Lita, eh?
Dear Lord. Lita looks like they found her at a flea market. Oh,
no, Jano.
Dear Lord.
Oh. I'm happy to see her back defying,
well, I'm glad you are.
Defying age. And
we'll put up a
you know.
poll. Let's see. Who wins?
She's not reminiscent of Miss Congeniality in ECW, is what I'm gathering.
I was never a big Lita guy. For the fans that enjoyed her work, I'm glad she's back. I'm glad the Prince of Saudi Arabia was able to get someone that he wanted so bad, where he was a big attitude era guy.
It's amazing how that weighs in and how one person can change the course of things, you know, being a wealthy prince.
When you're willing to throw $50 million your way, you know.
You get your way.
Yeah. I'm sure Lita's getting a very healthy payday for this. I don't understand. I guess even the billboards are a big deal over there. But when did Lita retire? I think it was 2006.
And for her, too, it wasn't a neck injury, you know.
She broke her neck in 03-ish?
Yeah.
04?
Somewhere in that time frame, in the aughts, yeah.
And then when Matt Hardy went through his physical ordeal, she wasn't the most faithful of partners.
Yeah,
so
you know, and that can alter a person's perception of somebody, knowing that too, I think.
Yeah. I'd like to see the man against Piggott at WrestleMania. I think that would really be a clash. Piggott wouldn't take Becky Lynch calling herself the man lying down.
True that.
She would want to.
True.
And same color hair almost. I'd like to see her in those sunglasses.
Firebush.
Well, I don't know if the carpet matches the drapes, and I hope I never find out, but
I reckon she may be a Firebush, but what was I going to say?
You think she'd use that famous line that
Moolah
used with the
I
police,
love that. Yeah. Oh, yes. Let's remind the audience.
Where's the fire? And I can just hear it in her tone of voice, too. Oh.
It's in my pants. Is your hose long enough? Is that what she said?
No, it's
in my crotch.
It's between my legs.
Yep. Leave it to Lillian.
Not that Piggott would ever be that cruel to a police officer.
No.
Even though they hate doing details for her, too.
Might have to hire a wimpy to get you out of...
Well, I tell you, between the staff that works at the hall that don't like her and the police details that aren't big on working with her, that's how we were able to find out about PPP, the Piggott private protection that was hired for her to protect her from someone that can barely walk. They had one undercover current officer and 2 retired police officers in plain clothes. And maybe you were one of them.
Not I, said the fly, but I did see them.
You saw Piggott private security.
I saw them.
How did you know they were private security? How could you tell?
They looked like cops, and they might have had ID, or there was something reminiscent. I don't know if it was ID or a badge or something, but no, I knew there was a police presence there. And actually, they were
we have to
they
have
were at
a
the
real
side
police
entrance
officer
there where she was kind of stationed
Yeah.
too. But no, there were. I could tell. You
But
can almost tell looking at someone
beyond the regular police officer. You could tell that they were.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
At the
Okay.
side, and
See, I knew nothing about.
I know. I recall where you were positioned at the time.
The chairman did not tell me about the Piggott private security until just a few weeks ago. Because he said, if I ever told you the night, because he knew the mood I was in already. back on November the 13th.
That's amazing. Yeah,
He
I
said-
didn't know why they were there, other than I just
Yeah,
assumed to be
to
part
protect-
of general
to protect
security,
her
not
from me.
not a particular Piggott private security.
Piggott private security. I couldn't believe it. And then I asked the city solicitor, I said, who paid for it? I said, did it come out of our rent? Did it come out of your free dollar bills that we have to charge the fans for? Did the city pay for it out of tax money?
I hope not.
Overall, what a waste. What could I do even if I wanted to? It takes me 5 minutes to get out of the chair.
It might have been a little wishful thinking on her part. You know, some people just want to feel important enough to be, you
Maybe
know.
that was it, yeah. And, there's the nepotism that goes on with the mayor, as the brother-in-law. But oh, I tell you, what a matchup we have here, fans. The Raw Women's Championship is on the line. I want to see, who do you guys got in the chat? 75% Becky Lynch. Phil is good people. Yes, he is.
Thank you.
Piggott and Doudrop, new tag team champions of the Raw. Don the Barber, how are you, brother? Quincy will not admit to taking the green Fabo Pop. He claims and I don't know who would have taken the soda. The last time Quincy was here for one of the watch-alongs, the night he went nuts about the shower, he was eyeing the Fabo Pop.
Coveting, yes.
Like the boys were eyeing Pamela Anderson at WrestleMania 11. And then the bottle of the green Fabo Pop, I'm not sure what flavor it was, it went missing. And, Quincy was the prime culprit. Mm-hmm. Quincy's someone you could trust with $1 million to send it somewhere and it would come back with the million. But if it comes down sometimes to $1 or $2 or something like a bottle of soda pop, that's when you got to watch him. That's when the hustler in him comes out. It's strange. Boston, Johnny Nord is flying in very, very early tomorrow morning. And he goes home late Saturday night.
Monday night?
Tuesday. No,
Tuesday
that one. Monday, yeah. Tuesday night. I was going to say a week would be a little much for Jeff, John. 3 days is going to be interesting. 2 days was a lot of fun.
Are you guys going to watch Raw here? Is that the idea?
I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. It might be a good idea.
Is Nord a night kind of person, or could you see him drifting off in the chair at like 7:45?
No, I don't. Not that I know of. I mean, he was still roaring and ready to go when we were, the last time we taped him, we went out to eat, and then after we ate, he wanted more, and we had to stop at Wendy's. He was very upset that he forgot his frost.
The frost, yeah, I have to remember that. And if I get Quincy tomorrow, I'll have to get Quincy.
Wendy's not too far from Quincy.
Good.
He was very upset about the frosty after I ordered mine. It almost like with his reaction to the Sheik being humbled. He kind of went, I forgot the fucking frosty. And then we got him one. He was happy. And then he couldn't figure out how to eat the frosty. As I was checking him into the hotel, he was trying to pull the cover off with the straw and get the spoon in. John Nord trying to eat the frosty was worth the price of admission. To show you how interested we are here in this women's match, talking about the Berzerker, a star of nearly 30 years ago, eating a frosty from Wendy's. Well, they're trying.
They are.
And I got to say another thing I don't like that I'll probably get hate for, but why didn't they have the female referee this match and have the male referee the... Who did she referee? Was it Happy Corbin?
It was Happy. Yeah, it was Happy. Yeah.
It just makes more sense to me. Nothing is going to happen to that female referee in a men's match. The men are not going to accidentally hit, the way wrestling is presented, the female referee. There aren't going to be any ref bumps. Now, they'll always have the woman hit the guy, no problem. But as far as the man hitting the woman, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Why eliminate that element of violence or potential catastrophe in the match?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the fans are smart enough to realize that. John the Barber. Oh, wait a minute. John the Barber. You know, I am going to have to ask John Nord, but I think this is possible. John the Barber said he'll send a Wendy's DoorDash if Quincy and John Nord will have a frosty eating competition.
I love
it. Competition.
I love it.
I want to see who can finish off more of them. And I got to say, Don, I like them too, but not as much as John Nord.
A lot of brain freezes on set.
Oh, wait a minute. Ryan, are you jealous? Ryan, we all know you were sitting there thinking about Pigot's glorious, full and thick bush. Now, I'm going to get away with saying that because it's not my comment. I'm just reading.
You're just reading. I'm reading. Just reading what the people say.
Pigot's glorious, full and thick bush. If you people have never seen her, I don't know how glorious, full, and thick it is, but again, I hope I never find. I hope I never find out. Could it be like the bottom of an Easter basket? I don't know.
Well, the good news is we had a bushwhacker there just in case.
Right. Luke was ready in a worst case scenario.
Someone would whack that bush.
I didn't even think of that. Oh, that's funny. Dear Lord. Screaming baboon. I don't know what's going on down in Australia.
They've been hanging with the Bushmen down there, perhaps.
Well, they've had those fires. Maybe they're thinking red. I don't know. Pigot calls Ryan her landscaper. Now, why is Ryan taking so much heat over Pigot's glorious, full, and thick bush? Oh, wait a minute. I missed a couple of quotes. Quincy has been requested to wear the pimpin' purple shirt. The salmon one is all right, but I love that purple shirt. Almost the color that Alita has on right now. I don't know why he only chose to wear it once. For those of you that don't know, Quincy's a little bashful, but he'll go to consignment shops and, you know, he'll buy the clothing of the deceased for a couple of dollars. And even if the size is wrong, he worries more about the price than the size.
I love it. I mean, that's a whole new fashion trend, maybe. Just worry about the price and not the size.
He has a winter coat that he got at one of those shops.
Yeah.
He paid $3 for it.
Right on.
And it's size 5 extra large.
Well, that's a problem.
You have got to see it.
Is that for snack smuggling? What is that for?
He walked down here one day in the wintertime. And I didn't even know it was him. Because he had the hood on, too. And it was walking towards the studio. And I was looking out the window. And I said, what the fuck is that? It looked like an igloo with legs.
What is that animated form out there?
And then once you hear the voice,
unmistakable.
You know exactly what it and who and what it is. It was Quincy Rustani, looking like an igloo with legs. I said, Quincy, you could have fit your entire family into that. It was like a tent. You've got. I hope he brings it out. Is it going to be cold enough for that jacket tomorrow?
I hope he never wears it on the Quincy cycle. He could get all caught up in the wheels.
Well, he doesn't ride in the winter.
Good.
Tomorrow it's going to be 34 degrees, so there is potential for it.
Yeah.
But it's a thing of beauty. Oh. He wore it to the Garden once for a WWE event, and it took up space on the people to his left, to his right, and behind him. It was so big.
Kind of man-spreading a little.
Yeah. I mean, it was people are talking about Pigot's glorious, full, and thick bush. They need to see Quincy's winter coat.
God love him.
Ryan, I spoke to Coco a couple of times over the past year. He really doesn't want to fly right now. But for the future, impossible? Absolutely not.
Hold strong, Lita. Hold strong.
Would you ever bring back Ray Apollo? I have a huge WWF banner with his rendition of Doink front and center. Hoping I get it autograph. I wouldn't say impossible, but I don't want to set your expectations high. Both doinks have been interesting experiences. As this women's championship encounter continues,
red on red violence
red
again.
on red violence. Do you think this is going to be Lita's swan song? Where she's not
Perhaps
under contract after tonight?
Perhaps her swanton song.
Oh,
we'll
there
see.
you go. And the same with Goldberg. You think we've seen the end of him after tonight? Or this afternoon?
I hope not. I wonder if it is night over there, too. I don't know what
It's
the time
8 p.m.
differential.
Well,
okay.
it started at 8 o'clock.
Oh,
over
okay.
there.
So it's, yeah.
Well, wait a minute. Becky's trying to take a page.
I'm thinking
out of,
that, too, maybe, huh? When
borrowing that from Matt.
pin that woman. Swan
I think she's going to the top.
Swanton. Oh, yes. She might be doing the lead assault.
Could we see Lita against Bianca at WrestleMania? Dear God.
Or as we say in New England,
Don't even
leader.
put it out there in the universe.
She hit it, baby.
Hit it.
Count that woman. Come on. Ah. Baloney.
Hey, good for Lita. You know what? I'm sure this means a lot to her. Where it's been so long.
Yeah, you notice Oscar isn't texting you now, right?
No, Oscar's hands are probably
He's busy doing other things. Yes.
I heard Cena Sr. and Maggio are riding a camel outside the Kansas Palace.
One hump or two.
You know what? I'm going to have to ask Johnny next time he's here.
Oh,
Becky retains the title. What a matchup. I'm glad it's over. All right.
Becky's in great shape considering she had a child not so long ago.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm sure she's had to put in a lot of work to get the body back into that condition. The match itself, kind of, I don't think she embarrassed herself. I don't think it was anything great.
Right.
If I never saw her again, I don't think I'd cry. I don't know about you.
You know, it's I think an illustration of just two different styles now, and maybe the difference of the times in terms of.
Would you like to see more Lita?
I think she still looks good for. I think she can still hang. And she still has that appeal for sure.
Well, like I said, nothing really bad about it.
No.
Nothing really good, but I guess you could call it passable.
Yeah.
For the fans of Lita, I'm sure they were thrilled with what they just saw. Just for her to hit that moonsault one more time.
Absolutely.
Or maybe not. Maybe there'll be more.
Lita's having an emotional response right now, Dan, I think, as we say. Feeling verklempt. I think she might be. Yeah.
Well, she's going to have a long flight home to think about it. No, good for her. Hopefully, she can, for all the jokes we can make, she contributed a lot to the industry during her run.
She's aged very well.
Yes, I wouldn't think she was 46.
Right.
I don't know about Lita fans, but on Saturday night, April the 16th, the superstars and legends of yesterday, today, and tomorrow are coming out. When we go back to the 80s, already announced Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Axe and Smash Demolition, Tito Santana, the wild and unpredictable Berzerker, Dangerous Danny Davis, at least two more to be announced, including one Monday night during Raw. You guys are going to love it. As John Cena Sr. and I have promised, if you guys get those tickets in advance, we're going to stack the lineup. There's going to be more than 8. Look at that. What a nice moment for Lita that I'm ruining for the fans watching.
It's called Soul Survivor 10, is it, Dan?
I think John Cena Sr. thinks back to the 80s is so big, he's taken that portion of it out of it.
Okay.
He wants it to be a standalone.
Fair enough.
And I think it's big enough that it could be.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, and Chris Steve asked, who was the other wrestler who used Goldberg's music in WCW? The only one I remember is Pat Tanaka.
I don't know if it was he too, but I seem to remember Dean Malenko at one point having the music.
Did he?
And being surprised by it, and it might have been a one-shot or a two-shot, or
I remember his theme
well, he
song
had a different theme
sounding
song
very
too.
familiar.
He did have a similar sounding, but it changed, and then Goldberg got his, and it was a very Russian-oriented sound.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I did not know that. That was one I would have thought I would have known.
And both are members of the tribe, so I think there might have been a Russian Jewish kind of element to their music.
Well, what a moment fans are going to have in the American Airlines Arena Friday night, April the 1st. I think I'm going to feel a little sad during that one. Is it yet another?
Meaning in essence that it's the final.
Yeah, kind of the end of Paul Bearer to go along with it.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're showing this video now, to be honest. I'd rather them save it for, the event itself.
Yeah.
I am one of the few that is a fan of the Hall of Fame. I think it goes a little long sometimes, but
sure.
I think what they did last year was horrible, to do it in front of no fans.
Yeah.
To take away that experience from the 2 years worth of inductees that weren't able to, enjoy that moment.
Yeah.
Oh, please don't turn into an issue, folks. No, right, come on. All right, there we go.
Was that Mickey J they just showed too?
That was Percy playing another rib. Oh, rest in peace, Mickey J.
Yeah.
He was a Cauliflower Alley Club regular. He was a referee in WCW and WWE for fans that weren't familiar with it. For him, I should say.
Yeah. And talk about sacrifices he made. Before WWE brought him in, they felt he was just too heavy, and he lost 100 pounds. I guess he had
Mickey J.
Yeah, I guess he'd gotten big for a while, and they said lose some weight, and he dropped 100 pounds, and they brought him in. Yeah.
Well, there was, now that you mention it, there was a pretty big gap from the time WCW closed to when WWE brought him in.
Well,
so that I guess explains where he was.
Yeah.
Losing weight. Wow. Yeah, you're right, Brian. The fans do get 2 for 1. SmackDown in the Hall of Fame. Are you and Choo Choo going to Dallas, Brian?
I do like Biker Taker too. I like Taker circa '97 a lot, but I do like Taker Biker Taker a little bit too.
I wasn't a fan of the Biker.
Not of the Biker. I especially like in the '97 era.
I like just about everything he did, other than 2000 to 2003. He had some pay-per-view main events that were really, really good in that time frame.
Sure.
That I don't think he gets enough credit for. But as far as the gimmick and the character, maybe if we were never exposed to Dead Man Undertaker before that, I would have liked it more. I don't know. But hey, another friend of the
JBL
family that's been here in this studio. This Jake the Snake, he can stay on the ground. Oh, it's amazing how many people the Undertaker laid to rest that have been here.
And amazing how many are now truly at rest too, when you think about it. Yeah. And we all think about that from time to time.
Yeah.
So Yoko and Davey Boy and Kamala and so many.
Chris Steve says, look up Pat Tanaka versus Chris Jericho on WCW Saturday night, and Pat Tanaka uses Goldberg's theme.
Oh, I believe it. I do believe it. I believe that it's been used to cycle through a few of the talents before it ended up with Goldberg, who obviously made it unforgettable. Yeah. Well, I'm not disputing Pat Tanaka, but I do believe Dean Malenko as well a few times, and maybe even, like I say, a few other people have used it too.
Tana, thank you, buddy. I'm glad you enjoy the show. We try and keep up the hard work. If you knew how much work was going into the next few days to let you guys keep having the content as you normally would, along with the Berzerker being here in studio, it's been a long week. It's going to be a long night once this is over. I need another 3 days before Berzerker gets here, and I got to try and fit it in until about 9 or 10 o'clock tonight. But what a great video. I just wish they weren't playing it right now. Am I wrong, Phil, in not wanting it now?
Well, if we see it like, another time before it, we'll be
Weekly,
sick of it.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, again, it's this whole overexposure thing too, Dan, and it's social media too. I mean, if we get to see them on their various accounts, it's like you're gonna get sick of someone after a while.
Yeah. Well, I'm really looking forward to seeing that. I still hope we see a retirement match at some point. Call me selfish.
Yeah.
Whether they go the Giant Barber route of putting him in a tag match or a 6-man,
Yeah.
where only gets in and does a little something.
Mm-hmm.
His finale should not have been a movie lot.
With that was the AJ Styles thing. Yeah, I know.
I agree with you, Ryan. Way too long of a video before the night. And I hope it's a very small class, so they give him the chance to speak without restriction. And again, on top of that, it doesn't start on television, I don't think, until 10:30 that night. So I don't think they're going to want to go too long the night before WrestleMania. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Another SmackDown tie-in besides this is the day before the big event in Melrose in Worcester.
Oh, please. You're going to make me cry. Yes, I know about that.
That's a bad thing?
I don't think it helps. I don't know how much it hurts. It's better than Boston.
Yeah, it is. It is for sure.
Part of me said, geez, would it be good to do flyers or something like that?
Yeah.
I'm going to be stuck here, but I mean, to find people out in that area to do it. Maybe not. Maybe not the worst thing in the world, but I don't necessarily think it helps.
I'd gladly distribute some. You never know.
That's good to know.
Yeah, I'd take some with me. I go to the show too,
Wow, boy, it's my buddy Viking Raider Ivar looking full. Wow. Well, former MWF heavyweight champion Warbeard Hansen.
I hate to see him at the Kowloon.
Did we miss the Usos entrance?
Apparently.
I know we were talking.
Probably during the Undertaker montage.
Maybe they're running short on time. They didn't need that long montage. I like the Usos entrance. To me, my favorite tag team in wrestling to watch right now.
They are quite good.
Nothing against my dear longtime friend Viking Raider Ivar, but his partner is a little on the bland side.
Okay. Yeah.
To be polite. I think he's a little bland.
He's not a vanilla midget, that's for sure.
He's just vanilla.
Just vanilla.
Now, I guess the bell hasn't rung yet. We're going to suplex
I was just going to say, were they doing a WDT on his partner or a suplex? Good Lord, he's watching. He's ready. He's getting ready.
Jeez, they had a hard time getting him.
Well, I would imagine.
Oh, I'm going to send him a message after this one. He's over there right now challenging for the SmackDown Tag Team titles before the match even begins. Is that it?
Is this I better look close to see if this is like an anything in Falls Count or anything.
Did they really need to cut time that much that they decided to
crush them?
Chris, absolutely. We have 3 different 8x10s of the Berzerker available, and we have the 11x14 exclusive print that you cannot get anywhere else on the planet. It is beautiful. An exclusive design. He'll personalize it any way you like. He'll interact with you like I'm interacting with you right now as he autographs it for you. It's going to be a lot of fun. I know some people go nuts about the color of the pens. We have a couple of different paint style pens, and so it's going to be great. So Chris, order away, and you and the Berzerker can have a nice cyber chat.
Share a virtual Frosty.
Well, we might have a competition.
That would be good. That would be good.
I could see Quincy getting brain freeze and going nuts.
I better read up on how to combat a brain freeze. We have to have a strategy to quell his anger should that happen.
John the Barber, I don't know if you're still here, but you got to remember, John Nord's enormous. He's got to be.
He's 3 bills. He looks it.
He's well
north of
past
3.
that.
He's north of 3
John's
bills.
got to be. Well, you know what? In the picture we took,
6'5", 330.
Standing next to each other, we were pretty equal. But I think he's kind of hunched over a little bit now. He's probably at least 6'5", and I'd say
330-ish anyway.
Yeah. He's going to eat a lot of Frosties, dog.
He's a raw bone dude. He is.
All right, let's see. What an easy pay. Yeah, right, Ryan. What an easy payday. I purchased a bunch of old WWF ticket stubs and programs from an old arena manager telling me about the weird things the wrestlers would ask for when they came to town.
Oh, boy.
See if he remembers. All right, well, you have that opportunity, Chris, tomorrow night and Monday night. Tomorrow night, I think, is going to be one of the more memorable endeavors we've ever had here in the studio. I am looking for. Oh no, wait. Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah,
it is.
I'm
Can you
looking
believe
forward
it?
to it a great deal. I'm not stressing about the interviews themselves because we have everything from when John took ill back in January already ready to roll. So that part of it's already done. But again, you know what? I'm going to put the link up for you guys to check it out. Someone.com. 02. Yep, there we go.
And you said he gets in very early tomorrow, huh? Or
he gets in right around 10, I think.
Okay, that's not bad.
Where the hell are we? Here we go. For you guys, Berzerker Live, Sunday and Monday. Here's the link to the Berzerker joining us live. If you guys want to pick up an 8x10, 1, 2, 3, if you want a nice poster. We got John Noyd, baby. I am excited to have him with us. He's going to be with us in April as well. I don't know about a cyber signing in April, but he's going to be with us in person. And what is this they're hyping now? Breathtaking, smashing, superb, fabulous, tremendous,
wondrous, indeed. Yeah. Colossal dynamite. I think that one's taken. Staggering. Stupendous.
The most stupendous WrestleMania ever. I will never forget standing on the floor at WrestleMania 32 and looking up and just seeing all of those people. I think there were 4 levels to that stadium. And it was 102,000, well, however many there really were, but the announced 102,000 people. It was just a moment.
Now, I don't know how many people are in Melrose, but can you imagine?
102,000 people. I don't think Memorial Hall
40,000.
could pack
Get your tickets early then.
Piggott would love it, though. All those $3 bills, 102,000.
I hear her security force is growing to 3 this year.
Well, at least now we know the 2 women's matches that are.
Maybe she'll develop a kinship with one of our talent, like she did last time with Marty.
Yeah, well, Marty said she was almost flirting with him.
I saw evidence of that.
Oh, you saw it?
I did indeed.
You thought Piggott was a little flirting?
Yeah. When she admonished me about making sure the mask was all the way up, she and Marty were having a grand old time chatting. Yeah, right at the door.
Marty was ready to take one for the team.
And she had her 2 chaperones there to make sure Marty didn't cross the line,
Oh, the Piggott private security was with her.
They were, they were. I saw them at the door. Yeah, at the side door, the back parking lot where you come up. I assume that's the side door there. Yeah.
What a waste of time and money. And I'll leave it at
resources.
That. Yes.
Yeah.
Granted, 2 of them were retired, but they got a nice, easy payday.
Yeah.
For the Piggott private security. I think they were a little.
They're very nice too. They're very, very nice folks.
The private security team.
Very, very, very nice. Very.
No, I'm glad they were a nice waste of money.
Are we going to dress you as a luchador this time? And the world's largest luchador?
I think the City Hall officials were in shock that I knew about Piggott private security. I think it was supposed to be kind of a secret.
Kayfabe in it.
But I don't think they realized just how much the staff and the regular police don't enjoy dealing with her, much like I. But so they were very happy to share that information with the chairman.
I reckon.
I said, "You really want to know something? They have an undercover regular cop and 2 retired cops here. It's for private security in case your friend shows up."
Oh, good golly.
And he was smart. He waited a good 3 months to tell me.
Yeah.
Because he thought that, because he said if he told me November 13th, it was going to be an explosion from me with the mood I was in. Even off site, an explosion.
Well, the roof would have come off at that point.
It would have been like the introduction to Oscar's show. It was going to blow the roof. And you know what? I can imagine. I don't know. I think I would have been insulted more than I would have been angry.
Yeah.
Just pointless, needless. Like the whole situation. But anyway, we're watching Elimination Chamber. We're getting ready for the men's chamber match. Is this the last match of the night, Phil? I think it is.
It very well could be. I can't see the
we've seen all
time,
the
but
women's
it's
matches.
oh yeah, it's slated. This will be a long match. I think it really.
Well,
hopefully, I mean, I don't mean long in a bad way.
They gave it a 4-hour block
Mm-hmm.
with the kickoff show, so that would, unless they decide to go over, that would take us to about 3 o'clock Eastern our time.
Well, they've got plenty of money over there to do what they want.
Brian, I don't know if you answered the question or not, but will Choo Choo be at WrestleMania this year? A lot of people want to know. I don't know if you've ever met Choo Choo.
I don't think I have.
Choo Choo is a legend.
And I don't know that I've ever met Fluffy Guerrero either.
Now you don't want him. You don't see much of her. She takes the easy payday, and there's not much accountability there for a very, very handsome payoff. She's in the middle of a 3-month paid vacation down at her house in Florida.
Well, hey now.
You're not going, Brian? Oh, I'm surprised by that. I know Choo Choo sometimes is a maybe, but wow. Brian Duffy isn't even going to WrestleMania. WWE has even turned him off.
No kidding.
I am in shock. I'll never forget how excited I was when we walked into that, what do they call it? The WrestleMania store, and Choo Choo was getting ready to exit. And I actually took a picture with him. Because it had been years since I had seen Choo Choo. You're going to, oh, wow, Brian, you're going to Survivor Series instead. Survivor Series number 1 will probably suck. 2, it's right down the street in Boston.
That's right, yeah.
Come on now, Brian. Come on now. Tell me you're going to SummerSlam or Money in the Bank or to that 30th anniversary of the SummerSlam 92 show in London. Impress me. Come on.
Are they having a 30th anniversary? Oh, that's right. It's in London
yeah,
then,
that's why,
at Wembley?
That's why SummerSlam is in July.
Okay.
They're going to do the, whatever they're going to call that anniversary show, Labor Day weekend.
Okay.
I don't know why they're not having that be SummerSlam, but
yeah.
They didn't call and ask for my opinion.
The Almighty.
There he is.
Now, I haven't heard. Have they called this an ominous structure yet? As they tend to?
Usually when it's coming down, yeah.
It is an ominous structure.
They must have ran short on time for that Usos and
yes, really
Raiders.
short, huh?
So hopefully that gives them a spot at WrestleMania. Aside from the, Battle Royal that I imagine they'll bring back this year. There is a man right there, Boston Wrestling MWF alumni, Bobby Lashley, a man that has interacted with Peggy.
Really?
Yes.
Were they positive interactions?
I don't know.
Were they...
I don't know. I don't know if maybe that's why he wanted to go back into MMA.
Now, if he were ever crossed with her, she couldn't get enough undercovers to...
No, I think Bobby would have stretched those 3 Piggott private security members with ease.
Yeah.
The Bobby's one of my favorites that we've ever had in. What a good guy.
Yeah.
And look at everybody in Jeddah getting a free fireworks show if they're not at the nearby the stadium. As I'm sure will be the case in Dallas, where that's enclosed.
Oh, yes. I hear AJ's music.
You know what? That reminds me. I got to make a poll. So who are the 3 favorites for this big?
Brock, obviously.
Who wins?
Lashley. And who's the third?
I'm going to go with Rollins just because of the intel I was given a couple of months ago.
Okay. He seems to be in the midst of a pretty major elevation.
Lashley. I was going to write Goldberg, but wrong guy. Wrong title match. Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins.
Or Bobby.
I'm just going to put other for the 4th option. Or other. Ask your community. Community, we're asking you what you think. Oh, Brian, you're going to go to the AEW show that week too, huh?
Is that in April too?
That is just a couple of days after WrestleMania. So there's a lot going on in April.
Yeah. There's a big time wrestling show in March at in Webster. The Hardys reunion. It's
that's not one I'm going to lose any sleep over.
No,
but
no,
AEW
I know.
being so close by, again, flyering potential. But the 9th, no, what's the date of AEW? Is it the? No, we have the 6th, so that's probably the 6th. If it's a Wednesday, yeah. So say April 6th, so 10 days. To, maybe 2 different audiences. I don't know.
Could wet the whistle, I think
why not go to both?
I think people are eager to get out again too, And
I'll tell you this. I don't think AEW is going to be doing anything different in Boston that they won't do on a regular AEW Dynamite anywhere.
True.
Well, you're going to have it back to the 80s or something you can't see or find on a regular basis.
It's a more intimate kind of experience. It's a personalized experience.
Look, and I hate to say it, look at the original lineup we had for the Back to the 80s show before coronavirus.
Yeah.
2 of the 8 passed away. You'll never have a chance to meet them. It's sad, And I know someone said to me once, "Oh, you're just trying to sell death." That's not the case at all. I was trying to sell just a little bit of reality.
Right. Selling life, if anything else, and appreciation and, get involved.
I've invited Mr. USA Tony Atlas to join us.
That was nice.
He was paid to be at the event already.
Even nicer for him.
I don't know if he'll take us up on the offer. I'm going to doubt no. I'm going to guess no, but you never know. Well, we didn't get to see the little pigeons fly out of his feet. You know what? Why don't we throw this up on there since we're in main event mode right now. Don't forget, folks, the Boston Wrestling eBay store is open for business. We've got great merchandise with superstars from every era available. Your purchase keeps these shows rolling. It helps us bring you back to the 80s, April 16th, because we have so many costs that we have to pay for long before you guys show up April 16th. It is stomach-turning. It is nerve-wracking.
Nausea-inducing.
Yes.
Sleep-depriving.
Yeah, very much so. There aren't enough David Reeses on the planet to
hair graying or beard graying. No.
You look at the cost of the rent, the insurance, the advertising, the airfare, the hotel, everything that we have to pay thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for long before game day. It's tough. We need you, baby. But I believe in these great fans. I know they want to see the legends. And you know what? It's been asked. There are some fans that wanted to know, could they just come to the Fan Fest? Absolutely. Your ticket entitles you to, if you have a general admission ticket, it entitles you to admission to the wrestling event. You can get autographs. You can get posed photos. The VIP package is the package that gives you a little bit more bang for your buck, so to speak. Gives you the exclusive Q&A, the exclusive group photo where all the legends get together in a private area and you get a quick picture with them. That's a memory that'll last forever. You and every one of those stars in one picture. Then on top of that, we have 2 of the VIP packages that include, I think 3 of them actually, that include an autograph and photo with the wrestlers individually once the second part of the Fan Fest opens up. If you don't want to stay for the wrestling show, I know there was some that had a concern about, they didn't want to be too close to people for a long period of time. We don't want you to leave. We'd love for you to stay for the wrestling, but if you just want to come for the autographs and the legends and the Fan Fest, that's at your discretion. If you have an admission ticket to come in,
you're the boss.
You can stay for as long or as little as you like. And I think that's one thing Johnny and I probably should have stressed a little bit more when he was here yesterday.
No anchors would be tied to anybody's waists.
Well,
or asses, as JR would say.
There's one I wish that would leave early, but we can't get rid of her. As much as we've tried. She ain't leaving. Oh, do I hate this version of Seth Rollins.
It's a bit annoying. It is very annoying.
So over the top.
Oh, big time.
They have not figured out a way how to reinvent him since they castrated him. When the bell rang at the end of WrestleMania 35, when he crushed Brock Lesnar and was as over as Rover, and then they had to make him Becky Lynch's boyfriend.
Seth Lynch.
Yeah, Seth Lynch, right. Probably like Pigot's husband.
Lashley looks like a fierce animal in the cage. I'll tell you, that's some good video work. That's just
Well, do you think, Phil, they're going to go title for title at WrestleMania? Are they going to castrate Bobby Lashley again?
I don't know that they want to unify it, huh?
I'd love a unification. I think it'd be good for business to have one guy that could work both shows.
Oh, I think it would be. I think it would give far more value to the title for sure. Oh, here he comes. Here comes the pain, as somebody used to say.
I have never understood the people. Oh, why Brock Lesnar? He's not on TV 52 times a year. I think that's a good thing.
Better, yeah.
It makes it more interesting when he is around.
Right.
I wish the same could be said for just about everybody else on the roster. If they were around in moderation, if they spread the wealth a little bit.
And I don't think and I'm not on social media, but I don't think he is either, from what I see.
He has an account. I don't think he really uses it.
Correct, yeah.
Probably just to make sure no one else takes it.
And he's a self-described misanthrope, and that he claims he doesn't like people all that much.
Yeah,
I mean, he likes fans and all that, but
some excerpts.
There
you go. From an interview that he did. I don't know if it was this week or sometime recently, where he really talked about how it takes him quite a while to get over appearing in front of a lot of fans. Anxiety exists in different ways.
Absolutely, and he's more at home, out in the woods.
And if that makes him happy, good for him.
Right on, right on. Imagine being locked in one of those little rooms with him. Good Lord Almighty.
Did I even tell you about the time I was assaulted by Brock Lesnar?
And I talk about being in one of those revolving doors of all things. The symbolism of that.
The power that he must have had
to move a very large mammal like yourself. Wow.
To have enough oomph to push the door that high that it hit me from behind.
Pushed you.
Where I looked like I was doing that little Rey Mysterio slide out of the ring.
Almost like a lawn dart, a lobby dart.
Sable had the class to at least check on me, and then he yanked her away.
Wow.
So are they all introduced now? Yep. All right, we're underway, folks.
There it is.
Who's leaving as champion?
My Lord, who's starting?
Ryan, as of now, the 80s event is not going to be available for stream. We are going to have live specials Thursday night and Friday night. There's going to be a lot of ways for you guys to interact. Because honestly, I don't know how to do a pay iStream. I don't know what the interest would be for fans to see the Fan Fest part of it on an iPay-per-view. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think we can get some nice footage to show you guys that we wouldn't charge you for. But maybe if there's enough interest, I mean, I don't know. I know we have some great MWF action that's going to be available on the Patreon and the YouTube channel. Cole Carter, who defeated Eddie Edwards in the main event at our 20th anniversary show, just showed up for duty at the WWE PC, one of their latest signees.
That's right, yeah.
So, you know what? I go out, I find high-quality talent, and AEW and WWE takes them away. It drives me nuts. I'm very happy for them as human beings, but yet another one that I thought we could do a lot with, and
Get the old vaudeville hook. Pull
maybe
them
somewhere
away.
down the road. Who knows? But good for Cole. From the farms of West Virginia to WWE
Bright
after
lights.
a short visit to the MWF.
Mm-hmm. The Caged Beast.
Look at this. Austin Theory, a House of Fire, looking excellent. He's someone that I would protect, Phil. I have said this many times.
Yeah.
I don't think the comedy they were doing with him for a while was helpful. I think he is someone that he's big enough in this day and age where he could be potentially, at some point could be a WrestleMania main eventer. I think that he has that much potential. If you turn him into a goof, it isn't going to happen. You'll be another Miz.
Yeah, beyond saving at that point.
I mean, I don't know at this point, really, is Rollins salvageable? Where they've made him such an idiot, and so many horrible gimmicks and characters. I remember, is it long enough that I can share the story?
Statute of limitations.
It hasn't been 7 years, I know that. It was during the whole Monday Night Messiah nonsense when they first decided to go full-fledged heel with him.
Yeah.
And there aren't enough people watching where it's that big of a deal, but I wound up getting the lowdown on what Seth Rollins was going to be doing, which was an episode of Raw in December of 19, when they did I don't know if anyone remembers it, but when they were starting to put him with Authors of Pain and Buddy Murphy, and the big angle was he was going to be in the back of an SUV, but the chair was going to be facing the back window. Now, in what automobile on earth would the chair be facing that way? Obviously, it was for a gimmick where Kevin Owens, who was about as over as dog shit, could hit it with the baseball bat. I don't remember the whole angle, but I knew the whole angle, and I explained it to someone on the roster that was involved in it. I said, do you know that this is what you're doing on Monday? And they would just...
Wow.
They were like, you got to be shitting me. Are you serious? And they were like, how do you know? I said, you know me.
You have ways. You have ways.
People know they can trust me with things because a situation like that, am I sharing the story now? Yes. But in December of 2019, was it reported all over the internet?
Negative.
Exactly.
Like in Seinfeld, they call it the vault. You put it in your vault.
I have there's a lot in this vault.
I hear you, man.
Believe me, but
I hear you. It's a skill these days to keep things in the vault. It's a really good quality.
I wonder if Bobby's really hurt. Look, they have.
Yeah,
that could really screw up some plans.
Yeah, look at that.
Jason Jordan came out. Wow. And you know what, John? I think it was John Cena Sr. and I mentioned this. How sad is it that his career ended the way it did? He was a guy that I thought had so much charisma, so much personality, a shoot background, was improving in the ring week in and week out, and then to have that neck problem. I can only hope that he can recover at some point and contribute to the King of Sports. I know he's the lead producer right now. Wow, what a great spot right there.
Yeah, the irony of the kayfabe son of Kurt Angle also having a bad neck injury, you know?
Yeah. I laughed so hard when they brought him out for that, knowing Kurt the way I've known Kurt. I mean, that'd be like something we'd do with Little Cena. Dave Willis, as we call him sometimes.
Oh, yes. I've met Little Cena.
What happened here, though? Look. Now, this is a unique... Let's just say everything here is...
On the level?
On the level. What do you do if your world champion can't compete and is involved in the finish?
You have a surprise lurking in the back. I don't know. That's a good question. Comes back Spirit of 76 style, although I don't think he was lacerated.
I don't know. That doesn't look good. I don't know. Maybe they're doing a good job working me, but AJ Styles, another member of the Boston Wrestling alumni. Good egg. I like AJ an
Good old
awful
Georgia
lot.
boy. Yeah.
Was a pleasure to work with.
Just absolutely one of the best ever in the ring, too. He's just, he is amazing.
Big mistake he made was that he waited so long to go to WWE, or WWE waited so long to bring him in.
Yeah.
He spent too much time in TNA.
He's amazing.
I think the way, unless they have a surprise up their sleeve, I'd expect him maybe to be paired with Edge at WrestleMania.
Could see that.
I really can't see anything else for either one of them.
Could see that for sure.
I think Theory should be given a big win at WrestleMania. I would have liked to have seen him against Shane McMahon. I think that would have been a good pairing where Vince is so engaged with Austin. I think they could have come up with something creative there, but they didn't ask my opinion.
I think that's right. That whole Sun dynamic thing. Yeah.
Are we going to see finally the turn of Orton and Riddle? I think that has WrestleMania written all over it. And I was told at one point it was going to be Lashley and Rollins for the Raw title.
Okay.
But this was back in January.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing that's changed from everything that was told was remove Sasha and insert Ronda.
Yeah.
And everything else they told me was spot on. I used to get the scoops really early on WrestleMania. I remember one year, whatever year that It came out, the movie.
Stephen King's movie, It, right?
Yeah.
It.
I remember telling the kid the top 4 or 5 matches for WrestleMania in September.
Yeah.
And he couldn't believe that they all happened. So some years they have WrestleMania well planned out more than others.
Yeah. Well, Vince Sr., before WrestleMania.
That's booking.
Booked back.
That's how it should be done.
He booked from the major event backwards, you know.
And that's how and it's so much easier.
Yeah.
Plan out what you want to do at WrestleMania 39 and book backwards.
And it was, and I think it was, and you've talked to Kevin Sullivan a few times, and he was kind of close to Vince Sr. and he
learned a lot from him.
He sneaked a peek from the book of Sr. before.
And he got caught.
And he got caught. But the good news is
it helped him.
He was tutored in how it worked.
Yeah.
You know.
And then he went on to learn even more so from Eddie Graham down in Florida.
The best. You know, the best branches of the learning tree.
Oh my God, Chris! Chris, you have to remind me tomorrow night.
What?
That Toy Drive is.
Oh, the tickets?
The raffle tickets are still there in that little mini Halliburton looking thing.
Yeah. We'll do a drawing.
We're going to end this tomorrow. Or I may just say, you know what, Chris, you win. Because I'm tired of drawing the number and the winner not coming forward. Those are the tickets. Unless the fans just bought them and didn't pay attention to their numbers, or they didn't care if they won and they just wanted to help the toy drive.
Maybe someone lost. Yeah, that's possible too. There were just some good souls who just wanted to support it too.
Oh, wait a minute. Lesnar kicked his way out.
Wow.
Business is picking up, baby.
Oh, here come the big branches coming at you.
This
Heavy
is
lumber.
pro wrestling right now.
There he is.
This is what hooks me.
The Beast Unleashed. There you go. Seth Lynch. He's out.
Bye-bye, Rollins. Good riddance. You know what, Ryan? You're not wrong. How we did it was we did one version of the Paul Bearer Holiday Headlocks Toy Drive raffle. I don't want to ruin this main event.
Lesnar is a proverbial house of fire.
We'll talk about what we did live and what we did online when the main event's over.
Spinebuster on AJ.
Just remind me if I forget.
Boy, he's just stalking his prey.
I like the Theory is still in there, and those other guys have been eliminated.
The former hat and coat rack Austin Theory for Brock. Brock hung his hat, if you recall.
Yes.
Looked resplendent in that cowboy hat. Oh, release German.
This is what I don't understand, Phil. I don't understand the backlash towards Lesnar. Okay, he's not worthy of the main event spot because he's not on TV every week? That's just absurd to me. I guess I don't understand the fan base that hasn't been around as long as us.
I think that's. I think
Maybe
I
there's
think
a
that's
disconnect.
I think there is in terms of the speed of these events. Speaking of speed,
I really don't want to see the people that are on TV in the main event of WrestleMania. They're on TV enough. I've seen enough of them.
Again, they should face Frankie Williams and Steve King and Victor Mercado and Charlie
Mario
Fulton,
Mancini and the Duke, and
absolutely.
the list could go on and on.
Yeah.
Charlie Fulton.
Yeah, who was a great hand in his time too.
Yeah. I was going to say, I hope they weren't going to give him the power to rip the chains off of that. That would be a little over the top.
I hope Vince doesn't come down and save him.
I hope we have seen the end of Vince in the ring.
Yeah. Oh, I think
as much as I hate to say,
I think we have, and for his own good, of course.
I think the way they have played him in theory out has been perfect.
Yeah.
Where they've had them in, a private office and so on and so forth. Why should Vince make himself look what he doesn't want to look, which is old, you know?
Oh, good Lord.
Remember when those pods were supposed to be bulletproof?
I mean, it defies the purpose, doesn't it?
And then, in the second one, they had Goldberg run through it.
Yeah.
And then now it's almost like every year. I remember Otis ran through it.
Sure. Now someone has to do it. It's
every match now. Someone has to break this bulletproof pod. Oh, the things I hate about wrestling.
Austin Theory.
I like that they're giving him so much.
Yeah.
You guys still got 62% Lesnar, 19 Lashley. Well, the 5 for Seth Rollins, sorry. The 14% for other. Maybe that's Theory. We're going to see an upset, folks. Nope.
You're just going to see an enraged beast. Uh-oh.
That's like Quincy, but anyway. Oh, shit. What did I do? Don't trust me with anything. I'll screw it up. All right, there we go. This is going to be interesting, Ryan, if Lashley really was hurt.
Look at this. Austin's Theory on escape.
And they're not playing with it. Well, I mean, I don't know what the nature of what's going on even is. But
good Lord, that's high up. I didn't think a beast could climb so quickly.
It's like a cat.
The vanilla gorilla.
And that's not a 20-year-old man.
No. He's got him on top. I thought he was going to go for an electric chair up there for a minute. He's going through.
Oh, I hope not. I hope that's bulletproof and reinforced right there. Well, you forget about what happened to Lashley's ankle.
Wow. We haven't seen the last of Lashley. F5. Where's he going to launch him?
Wow.
On top of there?
There's not a lot of room. What?
Holy gosh. Oh.
Well, for all intents and purposes, it's a good thing for Austin Theory that former steel floor is now covered by a mat, or his entire career just could have been rearranged.
Really?
I'd like to see a better camera shot of that. Sometimes they shoot it in certain ways because they worry it's not going to look that good.
Don't ring the bell. Bobby is Bobby.
Wait, the door's opening. Is it for Lashley or is it for... Wow.
Well, they rang the bell, made the announcement, so...
Now, I wonder if that was the finish they planned on, or did they have to call an audible because Bobby wasn't able to compete?
Well, it's a sign. It's a good sign if we're wondering about that,
I'm happy. Well, like I said, what was my main point of contention? I wouldn't have Lesnar lose where he just got pinned in the last pay-per-view.
Right.
And I don't think Lashley should be losing either.
Right.
If this was a work, great way to get Lashley out of it without him doing a clean job.
Yeah, makes him still look strong.
And this, to me, is the match I would push as the main event. And I
Yeah.
tell you this, if this doesn't close Sunday night and Austin doesn't close the opposite night because they wanted to do the women's shit,
Yeah.
it's a disgrace to the industry. There is no one that is going to, well, I'm sure there is some, but there's going to be very, 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 very few people that are going to be more interested in seeing Charlotte Flair close out WrestleMania than Austin.
Yeah.
Come on. I'm getting angry about something that
I
hasn't
think
even
you're all
happened yet,
fired
but-
up. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I hope they don't anger you.
What a great match. I really liked it. I'm legitimately worried that Lashley's
Lashley's
okay.
hurt. Right. Right.
You know, he's
yeah.
not a young, I hate to say it, he's not a spring chicken,
Right.
where I like to tell him he's got a few years on me.
I think it's well done though, and I do believe that I think he's okay.
I'm just the way he went through and landed awkwardly on him. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Superb, if
Right.
a work.
Superbly orchestrated work.
If not,
Look at this. Look at this. Now that's a great shot. Holy moly.
yeah, no. See, I don't like that shot.
No?
It shows that he landed on his feet. You know what I mean?
Granted, that's the case, but the height is really captured there.
Sometimes I like it when they do things in slow-mo, right until the
Oh,
spot,
sure.
and then they go into almost fast-forward mode.
Well, here's
So
the
you don't
slow-mo.
recognize. See, I'd hit, now, that was when I'd go to regular speed, just so
Sure.
you don't realize
That
that
abrupt
he
fall.
slowly landed on, you know what I mean?
Sure.
But the small things that I know.
Yeah. No.
But it's going to be interesting. What is going to happen with Bobby Lashley?
He's in great shape, this cat. He's
Was this what they had planned all along? Even if Lashley was or was not hurt, was this going to be the finish?
I'm going to say yes.
I know from those in the know that this was heavily, heavily, heavily pushed for. But did it happen
Lesnar's
via
victory.
natural causes
Yeah.
or
Was this book on
Circumstances.
the fly kind of thing?
almost looked like Lesnar just said to the referee, go in there.
He might have. Look at the guy who doesn't like. Wow. You don't see
Maybe
this.
he's on some kind of medication
You don't
because
see
he's been
this-
very
Yeah.
jovial
Yeah.
in 2022.
Wow. Maybe there's a new cannabis dispensary up by the Lesnar
And if it
farm.
is good for him,
I know.
if there is something that has made him a
Whatever.
happier human being,
Yeah.
that's great.
Absolutely.
That's great for anybody, not just him.
Yeah.
But fans, do you have a main event for WrestleMania or do you have a main event for WrestleMania? John Cena Sr. has bitched about it, that they've done it before. They've done it before. Hey, you know what? Yes, they have done it before. But they've given it a fresh coat of paint.
Yeah.
They've given it something new. And now to add another layer to it, it looks like it's going to be champion versus champion. I just hope that everything with Bobby Lashley was
Yeah.
part of the event and that he's A-okay.
Amen.
And that there's going to be something interesting. Geez, there's really
Down
nothing
the
in
line.
between now and WrestleMania for a rematch. Does the character of Bobby Lashley just get fucked?
Good question. Good question. Does he go on ice for a little bit and come back raging? I don't know.
I can't see you taking him out of Mania. I have no idea what this is right now. All right, guys. Oh, so about the raffle. So what we did November 13th at our 20th anniversary event, if you were there, we did almost virtually the same thing. We did a big, giant, mega raffle where someone live won all the prizes. So we did do one where someone had to be there in person to win it. And then because there are so many fans in and out of the United States that interact with us on our talk show platforms, we did the cyber version of it. I don't know why, but we keep drawing these winners and they do not come forward, which I know, I think other than me, it's driving Chris Steves more insane than it is me. I mean,
Chris.
look at all those prizes over there,
Awesome.
Phil.
I'm telling
Someone
you.
is waiting to take them home. Quincy's
I was
waiting
just
to
gonna say
mail them.
with the big coat, Quincy coming in, it could be disappearing. So
Well,
we
we don't want that to happen.
we
We're
gotta
gonna have to
do
check.
something.
We're gonna have to check Quincy's code if he leaves tomorrow night. But
Pat down.
guys, I'm going to ask you on a scale of 1 to 10, what did you think of Elimination Chamber? 10 being the best, 1 being the lowest. I am going to look one more time at that last raffle ticket we drew and see if, I don't even know if I have the time to try and match it up. If not, we're going to do it again with the Berzerker and Phil and everybody else that'll be with us tomorrow night. Because someone has got to win it. I'm tired of looking at it. The studio's tired of the prizes being out. Believe me, it'll be a godsend for them to be out of my life. Not that I don't enjoy doing, well, it stresses me out, but I do enjoy doing it. But I like to see the prizes leave my vision. Oh, Ryan, come on. What's your name? Charlie Wilson? 7.5 out of 10? Ryan guarantees that was not the original plan. Well,
that's a bold statement, and I can't, we can only surmise at this point, what the case is.
The more I think about it, though, I wonder if WWE creative sat around and threw out the question that I threw out. How do you have either one of them lose? You can't castrate Lashley after they castrated him with that horrendous Big E championship loss. After he just won it back, you can't have him lose so soon.
Right.
And you can't have Lesnar lose on 2 pay-per-views in a row leading into WrestleMania.
And especially on foreign soil, on that particular soil over there, I think he's strong over there, and you don't want to weaken him. And
so maybe they came up with something very interesting to entice our interest, to see what's going to happen Monday night on Raw. Anyone else, fans? We got a 7.5. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I actually really liked it. None of the women's stuff, I don't remember it being all that bad.
No.
I don't remember it being very good, but I thought some of the men's stuff was excellent. The Goldberg, well, I don't know. Maybe 8's a little strong. I really liked the Chamber.
It was a solid 7, I would say, anyway.
You'd give it a 7,
yeah.
All right. Tom Nook has a huge scoop. Tom, what is your scoop? Kushal gave it a 10 out of 10. He was so happy that brought one. I didn't like it that much, but I'm glad you did. Lesnar versus Roman will now be held in a chamber. How can they do an elimination chamber at WrestleMania with only 2 men? I wouldn't have that be a WrestleMania main event. Just my one man's opinion. I do have to get back to work. I have a lot to do to get ready for the next big 3 days with the Berzerker John Nord. Phil, would you mind chit-chatting with the folks as I wrap things up?
Certainly, I can do that.
All right.
There goes your beverage.
How's your vision?
How's your
You know
beverage?
what?
Yeah.
I think if this isn't charged,
Your beverage.
Shit!
Wow, minimal
I feel
damage.
like Lesnar. Minimal damage.
Yeah.
All right. I lost my mic clip, too, on top of it. All right, well. Fans, it has been a pleasure. Phil, as we like to say,
take it away.
Take it on, baby.
All
I'll give you the big clap when we're off the air. Until then, give him that the Cesare Treasury treatment.
Sure. Just looking at some of the old posts here. A Red Bull. Yeah, Dan, oh no. I wonder if I can go back up here and check this out. Oh, yeah. Ryan says 7.5. Good. Lesnar acting happy. Yeah, that's kind of out of character, I'd say, huh? I don't know if it's the original plan. Brock is over everywhere, though. Oh, I didn't know Chris Steves met Paul Orndorff. That's cool. I saw Paul Orndorff in '87, and he was arguably in his prime then. What struck me was the size of his head. Just a huge head and lantern jaw. Of course, I was a lot smaller myself. All right. Well, we thank everybody for hanging out and hanging with us today. Great show, 7 out of 10 in my view, and I can't wait for tomorrow. So we hope everyone joins us, and put your seatbelts on at home. I'll tell you, it could get a little wild. It'll be my first time meeting him too, so a little nervous.